Where's Si Reynolds?
Yeah.
Where's Si Reynolds? We don't know where Si is. He's not turned up yet. He might be pooping or asleep or something.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Hello.
Absolutely.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Warhammer Sunday. Hello. Should we go all quiet and introspective and relaxing today?
Yeah, a bit like Whispering Bob.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, today we're going to play some great jazz.
Groovy.
Hey everyone, welcome to Warhammer. Hey, welcome to Warhammer Sunday. Yes, welcome. It's that time of the week when Colin and Si and I, except Si's not here, crack on with some lovely Warhamster. Get some building done and just chill out at the bench for 2 or 3 hours and have a good time with you guys in the chat. Before I get going, let's do the shout-out stuff for all the people that make this content possible. First and foremost, a big shout-out to my very dear friends at emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk, both of whom support this channel and make all this channel and content possible. Links for those two stores in the description below the video. Go and check them out. They give you a discount and it helps me out as well. So go and use those links. And of course, to my patrons and channel members who support me very dearly and very directly every month, by literally putting food on my table, putting money in my bank. So big thank you to them, to my patrons, my papals. I've gone all religious, my papals. To my patrons and channel members who keep the channel going. If you want to become one of those, you can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru. There's an address down there somewhere, and become a patron. Or you can click the join button underneath any one of my videos to become a channel member. That way you can help support this channel directly. And I love you dearly. And you will get access to the live 24/7 Zoom offline hangout as well, where all the other patrons and channel members are. Speaking of which, my good friend, as always, Colin from Festa67's workshop is here with me.
Hello, folks.
And of course, if you want to help him out, he also has the patrons and stuff, patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, and you can become a channel member on his channel as well by pressing the join button if you wish. You can keep his channel alive as well, so there you go.
Absolutely, massively appreciated, folks.
Now, don't forget, we do have the live chat in front of us, although my chat's been a bit weird today. It's been a bit jumpy and not updating because I think my broadband's a bit banked out. So do come and join the live chat if you're watching. If you're watching embedded in Facebook or Twitter, click on the YouTube icon. Come and join us and chat. Have a good time, because we're going to do our best, even though Si's not here, we're going to do our best to interact with you all in chat. So that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
If you want to catch our attention, put at Model Making Guru on the chat or at Festa67's workshop at the start of your comment, so it puts our names in orange boxes like that. Or you can do a super chat by pressing the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window and do comments and stickers and all kinds of cool things that put food on my table. Yes, thank you very much. Anyway, shut up, Foxx. With me, as always, is Colin at Festa67's workshop. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. Telling yourself to shut up. That's a new one.
Well, you keep not doing it, so I'm going to do it. I've put you full screen now as punishment.
Oh, you git.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm fine, dandy, suave, seriously windswept, and yeah.
You're always seriously windswept, especially when I'm near a microphone.
Keen to get going building something, because it's been a little while, innit? Because I've been doing my refurb.
Now, I would ask you what you've been up to, but you can't show what you've been up to because you haven't been up to anything apart from all of that.
Yeah, the whole man cave has had a big refurb in here. The stash has started coming back in. Warhammer shelf, Foxx. Warhammer shelf.
Yeah, but above that you've got a Warhammer shelf, and then to the right of it they've got the Warhammer shelf, and then above it at the right and below.
Got all of that. So it's a little game of Jenga at the moment. It's
taken me a week to get all the bodies under the patio, hasn't it?
All the 3D printers are coming back in. It's got a bit of electric work to do, putting new sockets and additional socketage.
I'm sorry,
to
my mind
reach.
actually just shut down when you said electric work. My brain just stopped.
I'm just extending my ring main, mate, down to that end of the room because the server lives down there now and all of that lot, so I might as well do everything
None
now.
of those words mean anything to me.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, I'll do it all myself,
It's all
mate.
scary
so.
electrical nonsense. I don't
So
understand.
yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I've not built anything because obviously
It's all been away.
it's all been away, but I've managed to dig out the Ork truck.
Oh, look at
mate.
that. That is
Yeah.
that's a naked chassis to you, that is.
That is a naked, orky goodness, scratch buildy, add things to it potential.
Do you know what in your mind that kit is? That's 20%.
Yeah, there's
20% of what it'll end up being.
So I'm gonna have a load of dudes. So it's gonna mean that I'm gonna buy some dudes.
Oh, no!
Because because if you want to get dudes of your own to build along with me, if you hit Fox's link below the description in this video, and he gets a little bit of scratch, and you get 20% off your tabletop gaming requirements.
I did the
See
thumb
what
up there, but nobody can see because I'm not on the telly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be starting. I shall do it in that colour scheme as a base, and then add my own little twist to it. And
That does happen to be the Bad Moons, isn't it? Which is who you are building.
Absolutely. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to be starting today. It's going to be slow progress.
Slow.
I'm going to take my time.
Yes, because that's the only thing you've got to build. You need to not do it in a
Because
day.
it's the only thing I've got to build at the moment, because the rest of it is still in the stash room.
Yeah, so if you finish it today, you'd be like, oh, bugger.
No, I'm going to take my time, mate.
Because if you rush that and finish it today, you'll have to just go and buy more things.
Oh, mate, I've got a big box of Warhammer stuff, mate. So, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, so that's where I'm at, mate.
Awesome.
Yourself, how have you been? And above all, how's my favourite lady, Mama Foxx?
I am fine and dandy, thank you very much. A little bit lumpy,
Yeah.
but that's usual. Mama Fox is fine, she's doing alright. She did send her love to you and Si, but Si's not here, so I get the love retracted.
Yeah.
Until-
yeah, I'll
I'll
have
put the-
all the love then.
Yeah, you can get all the love, unless he turns up, in which case I'll have to give some of it back. But not full, she'll get a bit of it, not all of it.
Yeah, I'll just give him a micro molecule.
A nano hug.
Yeah.
Because if you're not here when we start going, then you don't get the hugs. You don't get the Mama Fox
Absolutely.
hugs. What's the law? If you want the hugs, you want the Mama Fox love, you have to be on time.
Absolutely. And I noticed with your posts earlier, you've been doing a bit on the Canis Rex, haven't you? Is it the Canis Rex?
Yes, I have.
Furry models?
I have painted. I've done the primer coat and I've done the base metallic coat for the armor parts. I'm not going to get it all out, but
Yeah.
I've used some of the. I'll show you the carapace.
Darren Edmonds is in, saying hello, everyone. Hello, Darren. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Darren Edmonds. There you go. There's
Whilst
the.
you're doing that, I'll scroll up and start doing a bit of chat, Dolly.
There's the carapace, as you can see. It's not attached yet, it's just loosely on there, so I've stored it. But I use the
look at
Vallejo True Metal paints. No, what are they called? The Vallejo, what are they called? Metal colours.
Yeah, metal colours.
And I've got a bit of two colour going on there with a bit of shading, but it doesn't really come out, it does a bit. But so I've got the primer down, I've got the metallics airbrushed. I didn't spray brush that metallic because I want to show how to brush paint the metallics, because not everybody has an airbrush. That's all I've done so far, unfortunately. Primed it, put the base colours down, and there's a lot to do.
Days.
Lots to do. Today,
In the chat, we got Wendy Hickson saying good afternoon, Foxx and Colin.
Big hugs,
Huge
Wendy.
hugs. Also, everyone else. Hello, Wendy. Panzer Cat is in, dishing out Wendy, Foxx, Fester and Si hugs.
hello,
mate.
hello.
Andy McClish is in, giving it the old flabetch, tardigrades, and he's saying hello to Wendy.
Tardigrades.
He's also giving you Foxx hugs and Minion hugs and myself hugs.
I think does that mean size a minion?
Absolutely. He's also says he's on his way home from his Sunday shift. Not much happened. Quiet day. I get to listen to you guys acting like idiots. No, he says there's no acting. Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't act. We are 100% pure idiot. Bloodlines.
Yeah, absolutely. He was on about looking for a place, but they want stupid money, so he's sitting on it for a little while. Paul D. Tomatoes in, saying hello, everyone.
Paul.
Hello again, Paul. Hope you're doing all right.
Willkommen.
Adaptis Latrina's in just in time. He's saying good morning, everyone. High fives all round. Hello,
High
buddy.
fives.
It's Wendy giving out hugs to Panzer. Dorkosaurus is in. Hi, Foxx, Colin.
Dorkosaurus.
Hugs and everyone in Chatland.
Welcome.
Darren Edmonds saying hi to everyone, and everyone saying hi back to Darren.
Yeah.
Right, that's the chat done.
Yep, just very quickly, Dorkosaurus says he can't stay long. He's got to finish getting the bike ready to go, shower, and at some point eat.
Good man. There you go, mate. Ride safe, and I've put a high muse in just in case.
I saw that.
Just in case the lovely Marcy comes in on a Sunday coffee stagger.
Yeah, just when you're doing some fiddly thing and you can't stop.
Absolutely. So I thought I'd get that one in because...
Yeah. Because you're covering your arse, let's just be honest.
Pretty much. I'm covering my arse because I am a big girly wuss. And,
today I will be mostly finishing off the last of the boys from the Deaf Killer War Band. No, not Deaf Killer War Band. War Killer Deaf Track Band Track, whatever they are, I don't know.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean.
And then when I've done that, I suppose I'll have to start on the Snaz Bomb Boom Dacker Flying Wagon Boom Bagger Bam Bam Lama Ding Dang.
Yeah, it's the only thing I've got left to build in that set.
Yep. Now I need to know. Oh, look at that, we've fallen out straight away. There we go, straight away. I don't know. Gosh darn cheap Chinese streaming software that isn't cheap or Chinese.
And he's back.
Cheap Chinese streaming software that isn't cheap or Chinese. God damn it. Yes, so I've got one guy left to make. It's the guy with either the heavy shooter.
Yeah.
I think it's a heavy shooter, the big shooter, or the rocket launcher. And I don't know which one I made last time. I might have made the rocket launcher. Because you get two sets of boys. You get 20 dudes in this. Two sets of boys.
That's right. Yeah.
And I've tried to make them like different where they've got options. I don't just want the same 20 boys.
No, that's right. I've done some with shooters and some with sluggers or whatever.
Yeah. But they're all got no options apart from the heavy shooter and the rocket launcher and the knob. So I've got to try and find.
You've got to have options, dear.
Okay. Well, the last one I did the big shooter. Big shooter.
Yeah.
But I think that's because I couldn't be bothered painting the rocket launcher. so I might just do another big shooter. I don't know.
You're a bit lazy, aren't you?
Well, also I think I also tried a dry fit and discovered that it was going to be a nightmare to try and fit together. I can't quite remember though. I can't quite remember. How does the okay.
Ross is in saying afternoon all. Afternoon, Ross. How you doing, mate?
Afternoon. Actually, no, the rocket launcher will be easier to paint, you numpty. Let's get the rocket launcher going. Why did I do the rocket launcher on the other one? I don't know. Why did it...
Don't be like Foxx, folks.
Yeah, make a decision, then completely forget about the decision, and then not know why you made that decision. That's how the Foxx do. That's how Foxx do. Was that Ross that you just said hello? That just came in?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Darren Edmonds is in. Welcome, Darren.
Hello, mate.
Apologies if I missed stuff in chat. My chat is being really weird, but I think it's because I'm doing the stream and Mama Foxx is probably watching Drivel on Facebook. So my broadband's a bit maxed out, so my iPad gets lowest priority and it just goes and falls over. So.
Was that you making excuses for being crap at reading the chat out?
No, it's me throwing Mama Foxx under the bus.
God, you're brave.
I'm harsh. I'm mercenary. What can I say? You know I'm mercenary. Bill Cropper's in. Good afternoon, says Bill. See, I'm good. I said it as soon as he came in.
Hello, Bill.
Got a new motor? See what I did there?
I did.
So, yes. So, hopefully we'll see Si Reynolds at some point. He'll wake up or something. I don't know. But until then, I'll turn my phone on so just in case he texts. Because he might text and say, I'm pooping or something. I don't know.
He might have fell asleep on the settee.
Yeah. He's had a busy week visiting with the in-laws, so... so you never know, he might be absolutely pooped. So don't forget, folks, of course, the most important question of all.
What's in the belly? What's on the bench?
There you go. I was hoping you'd take the hint there. Yes.
Yeah, I might have been stood up doing something at the other end of the room, mate, but I made it back in time.
Well, it's like a Ted. I leave the little pause and hope to God that Ted remembers.
Yeah, it's like, I thought I can get away with that whilst he's talking. No, of course I couldn't.
No. Yeah, what's on your belly? What's in your bench? There you go.
Bless him.
What are you working on? What are you eating for your dinner?
Absolutely.
Panzer Cat says, do Fox's iPad drops out just like its owner on streams? Yeah, cheap Chinese iPad and cheap Chinese Streamlabs. Knock-off rubbish, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's one of the banes of your life at the moment, isn't it, mate?
Mm-hmm. It certainly is, Stanley. Don't understand why. What I will do is, I might knock the camera when I do this. I'm going to open my window.
Yeah,
So
it's all a conspiracy against you, Fox. That's what it is, mate.
It is. Open my window so that.
Panzer says, Andy says to Panzer, I think it's just a constant drop.
What's that?
Andy's saying he thinks it's a constant drop. Ross is saying hi, Handy, and Panzer Pussy.
Panzer Pussy.
EC Idaho's in. He says, good day all. Belly, sausage, links, and HO locos to paint and decal. There you go.
Yeah, I've opened the window and the curtains a bit so that the PC can vent out to the cold part of the world. I sort of realise because the PC is right near the window, but obviously it's just venting out against the wall in a warm room. So.
Oh yeah, mine goes out through the same extraction system as me bench.
Right, how am I doing for camera
Because I am
positions?
super techie.
Yeah, no, mine's just against the wall, so the cold air, the warm air blows out the back of the PC and then against the curtains, so...
Oh, mine goes out through the ducting and then my extractor pump kicks in and sends it out the door.
Ooh.
Or out the wall, should I say.
I just opened a window.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, my
understand.
window's about that wide and right up in the top corner. It's like...
Yeah, because you're in the Harry Potter little basement thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Under
I'm
the
in
stairs.
The room under the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, where does your husband stay? Oh, he lives under the stairs.
Yeah.
It's for his own good.
Oh yeah, the minute I see a welcome mat outside the door that comes to the man cave, I know that I'm being evicted.
Yeah.
And it'll be, there's your room, stay in there.
Andy McLeish says, you do realise that you've opened the window, now every crane fly has gotten the signal to invade. However, I'm quite clever, for many years I've had a strip of Velcro around the edge of the window.
Yes.
And a very fine mesh mosquito net that I can pull back and open the window and put the mesh back.
Yeah.
So there's no way for creatures to get in. It's very clever. I'm very clever like that.
Because he does make the most brilliant, oh, there's a crane fly in my man cave noise.
Oh, I don't think I've ever done it on a live stream, but trust me, oh yeah, I did it once when I had a wasp.
Yeah.
Many years ago I had a wasp and I was like, oh, there's a wasp! And I killed it, and then it wasn't a wasp, it was a bee, and I'm like, oh, it was a bee.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
And I felt really bad because I hairsprayed a bee, and I like bees.
He's brilliant.
But it's like, I'm alive. I haven't got the mental capacity right now with live streaming. I haven't got the RAM available to process what to do with the wasp in my room while I'm streaming, so...
I could just imagine the palpitations you were having.
So if a crane fly came in here, I'd just burn the house down.
Yeah,
I'd be
don't
like
the thing.
I'd just run out the room and the stream would just be on for about a week because I'd just leave the room till it died.
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see. Panzer Cat says, belly sausage on rolls with HP sauce, coffee and possibly some choc chip cookies. Bench, it's upstairs
nice.
with some track links awaiting assembly. Ooh.
Your track links, I just had a shudder.
That's like me and electrics.
Yeah.
Bill Cropper says, roast chicken dinner, benches some Sylvaneth hunters trying something different to stretch the painting muscles.
Ooh,
Those Sylvaneth dudes, if it's the ones that are like little trees, they're really good for dry brushing.
Yeah.
And there is actually a Games Workshop colour called Sylvaneth Bark, which is a really nice medium brown. EC Idaho says, that's my office under the stairs as well.
Good man.
Andy says, so one bit of furniture hodgepodgery and you're a bloody genius, yet technical stuff and you're a dribbling loon. I see how it is. Wait, what's furniture hodgepodgery? What have I done now? Oh, with the strip round the window.
Furniture hodgepodgery, that is a good one.
I like that. I like the way you verbed hodgepodgery. Yeah. Hodgepodge. That's just Velcro strip and a net. So, yeah. Right, I've cut one piece off a sprue. Brilliant, isn't it?
I'm impressed.
Have you finished that entire truck yet?
No.
Not yet. Give it another 10 minutes, eh?
No, I'm getting rid of seam lines and nubs.
Yeah, you're a nub.
I know I'm a nub.
You're made of nubs.
Right. I don't mind being a nub.
I
like being a nub.
Hey, do you want some mind bendery?
Yeah, go for it.
You know, like I like to think about time sometimes.
Yeah.
And how time is really weird, because 1 minute something seems like it was really recently, and the next minute, if you think about it a different way, it seems like it was a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Well, I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077, yeah?
Yeah.
Which is, can you guess when it's set?
Yeah, 2077.
Good girl.
This is the one with all the funky cars you keep posting up.
Yeah. Now, nothing gets past you, does it? Now,
Paul Di Tommaso, actually, on a side note, sorry to interrupt you there.
No,
apparently there's a company that makes models of the cars in Cyberpunk.
Ooh.
And I thought of you when he said that.
Ooh, links in the boom up, please.
Yeah, so...
Because I want of the little My. My little My is like a smart car, and it's tiny, and it says hello in Japanese when I get in. So anyway, so I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077. And I keep getting stabbing pains in my jaw. What's that about?
That's all that talking you keep doing.
No, it's used to that. That's familiar territory, that is. I don't even know which piece I've just cut off now. It's your fault.
Absolutely.
39.
Blame fully accepted.
Oh, shut up. So anyway, I've been thinking about it and all this like crazy technology in the game, and I think it's only 55 years in the future.
Yeah.
It's like, and obviously I'm thinking, well, I probably won't be around in 55 years, unless there's some amazing biology things that happen. And I thought, you know, well, how far could technology really get in 55 years? It's not going to get that advanced. And I was thinking about this. And then I had one of those moments when something goes from being not that far away to a lifetime away. And I sort of thought, hang on a minute. 55 years ago, it was 1966.
Yes.
And look at what's changed from 1966 to now.
Exactly.
And then think from now to 2077, it's like... Because like from now to 2077 just seems like, you know, a little bit. It's like not that far in the future. We might get slightly better smartphones. But if you think from 1966 to now, your brain goes, hang on, that's like before Apollo.
Yeah.
That's like before Harold Macmillan and Ted Heath.
Yeah. CDs, home PCs, cassette tapes, mobile phones, gaming consoles.
The internet, video games, colour television.
Absolutely.
Television, So it's like, you know, central heating.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah, Artex.
Yeah.
actual clothes that aren't all made of wool in their entirety.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I was like, wow, yeah. If you think of it, it's always amazing me when you think of something from one point of view, it's not that far away or gone, or it's not in the past or in the future that far. But then you think of something else from the same time, and it's suddenly a lifetime away.
Yeah. It's
very strange. It's very weird how, depending on what you think of, gives context to the, and it's weird. So I wonder what life will be like in 2077. What do you think life will be like in 2077?
Yeah, I mean, I think where we've had such an explosion in tech in our lifetime, I think that might slow down slightly.
Yeah.
Because the massive developments, I mean, they can only, there's only so much they can do on a phone, because the gap between your mouth and your ear is never going to change, is it?
Yeah.
So I think wearable tech will be the next big thing, where everything is, you know, an earpiece or but that exists now, like Bluetooth and iWatches. So I think the speed or progression will slow down slightly, but I think for me the big development is going to be Mars, space exploration. I think that is going to really take off again. So I'd like in our lifetime for something, be it a man or something substantial, to land on Mars, where we get a lot more info than we've currently got.
Yeah.
I would like to see Moonbase Alpha, obviously.
Yeah. Not on Mars, of course. On Moon, there's...
No. Yeah. Hence why I said Moonbase Alpha.
I know, that was my joke. Yeah, I've explained it now.
I know, you've explained it now. But I just thought you was being Foxx and picking on me and correcting me again.
I'm making a joke, but you've killed it.
I know, sorry about that, mate. I have this habit.
But in terms of the everyday man on the street kind of life, what do you think? What do you think will be?
Marty McFly's self-lacing boots, Overcars.
That already exists, though. Somebody made some self-lacing boots.
Overcars, come on, we all want an Overcar.
We need that, yeah. One
that makes the noise of the one out of the Jetsons would be preferable.
But then again, with the number of chuds in the world right now that can't even drive a flipping car on the road, do you really want flying? They'd have to be autonomous, I think.
When you look at films like Blade Runner, The Fifth Element, where you look at cities where you've got the multiple layers, where you've got like the city down the bottom, and then you've got like the next level, and they're all stacked on top of each other, and other cars doing things, a bit like Metropolis. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
A big dystopian style
proper
city
mega
or
cities or hives. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, whether or not we'll see that in our lifetime, I don't know.
No,
but it would be nice.
See, sometimes I like to think about, you think about the world, and on that train of thought, you think 1966 to today is the same as 55 years or whatever, 1960 something, and how much has changed. Yeah. And if you think about it, while there have been lots of changes, there's been some massive changes with, the internet and electronics and stuff like that. If you boil it right down to the brass tacks, life for the everyday person isn't really that different from 55 years ago. You get up, you get washed, you go to work, you come home, you watch telly, you go to bed. Yeah. Now, your telly's got better and your car's got better and you've got an internet so you can buy things online and there's all different forms of entertainment. But ultimately, life itself, we've still got cars, we've still got work, we've still got, showers and baths. Nothing's really, on the surface, changed. It's just details have changed, I think. Now, obviously, when you talk about medical stuff, that's where the big changes have happened. That's vastly different. But in terms of day-to-day life. So I kind of think to myself that if you look forward 55, this is like a real Raymond Kurzweil kind of thing here. If you look forward 55 years, to me, I mean, if we disregard for a minute things like, the environment and climate change, and put that to one side, because we're not being too realistic here. Yeah. I don't see things being too different. I think the basics will still be the same. You'll still get up, go to work, do your job, hate your job, come home. Yeah. I think it's just the structure will be the same, just the trimmings, the fur and knickers, that'll look a bit different. Yeah. I think technology will get more advanced, but I don't really know how. But I think, like, you're right about things like wearables. Yeah. I think a lot of stuff will become more wearable. But I don't think life will actually, for the average man on the street or woman on the street, or
no, the mundane 9 till 5 and all of that drudgery, that I don't think will ever go away.
I mean, that makes me kind of sad that it's going to be a long time before everyday life actually changes so much that it's unrecognisable. Like if you compare your life now to somebody from, say, the 1800s, of course it's completely different. Yes. Well, it's similar. Let's say the 1600s. It's vastly different, but I don't think it's going to change that much. But I think it will all be the surface stuff. It'll be the bells and whistles that will be better or more efficient, or they'll be new. I can't really think of what the next big new thing that doesn't exist yet will be, though. I can't really think of what that might be.
No, I still think that we'll explore our own planet a bit more, where will there be, I don't know, underwater cities, like that sort of thing, because there's only so much land you can build on before it becomes untenable. So are they going to look at ocean cities underground? I don't,
Yeah. I mean,
that would be nice.
It would be cool, that. I don't know if they'll actually get to the point of building them in 50 years, because that requires building and coordination, which we can't do. Look how long it takes to get a highway built. Or a motorway. Yeah. But, I don't think things will change that much. In terms of specific technologies, I think there'll be some really cool stuff, but I can't actually really think what it might be.
Advances in medicine, I think there'll be, or hopefully some form of cancer treatment that is actually a lot more viable than what's available now. You'd like to think that anyway.
Yeah. Although to be fair, actual cancer survival rates now, if I remember right, it's something like 80% more likely to survive than you were 30 years ago. So
absolutely, so it's getting there.
But
I don't think the quest for permanent life is something that's viable, because would you want to be 300 years old? You know,
Well,
it'd be like slow torture, wouldn't it?
if you can be 300 years old and not actually aged to be 300 years old, if you can be 300 years old but actually be like 30 biologically, if you can slow the aging process so that, or stop it, the aging so you can live for as long as you want, and that'd be cool. But you'd need a kill switch.
Absolutely.
And you'd then have to think about things like, what about actual population?
Exactly, because again, you know, there's only so much resource this little ball of rock can cope with. And already I think we've overstretched what we can comfortably provide.
Yeah. I think there will be energy breakthroughs in the next 55 years.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
fairly confident that we'll have sorted out fusion, though I'm not fairly confident that it'll be like a mainstream sole source of power. I think we'll have a better grasp and have at least begun to start the process of replacing other methods of fuel with things like, you know, fusion. I think there'll be a new investment in thorium fission. I think there'll still be a lot of nuclear. But I think eventually in the next 50 years they'll start to look at things like thorium reactors, they're still fission reactors like the current nuclear, but they're a lot safer and a lot more efficient. There's almost no radioactive waste to dispose of. So, but unfortunately, when it came to developing nuclear power in the Cold War, the emphasis was on nuclear stuff that you could weaponise, and thorium can't be weaponised. That's why it was never.
The key.
That's why it never got the investment, and that's why we don't have thorium reactors today. We have uranium reactors. So, I think at some point there'll be a drive for that. Because
there needs to be some kind of advanced, doesn't there? Because, again, you know, there's only so much minerals and fossil fuels you can pump into the atmosphere before it becomes unbreathable. So,
well, the irony is that thorium is readily available. It's vastly more efficient than uranium. As a reactant, and it's a hell of a lot safer, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper, but it's a bit more of a tricky process to fission it, to make it fissionable. But because it's never had the money invested in it, because the investment was in the stuff they could weaponise in the 50s and 60s, now it's at this situation where it's to get it working, thorium fission, you're basically starting from scratch where they were in the 1950s with uranium. They've got to do all the research and development to make react, and it's like nobody's putting the money into that. But I think in the next 50 years, I think possibly that might have happened, so that we start to phase out the uranium-based, plutonium-based fission plants and go for thorium. Maybe I'd like to hope that, because that would also hopefully bring an end to manufacture of new weapons. But yeah.
Well, the only thing about manufacturing new weapons is they always fall into the hands of the wrong people.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll have this miraculous everything's powered by nuclear fusion in 55 years. I think we'll have made lots of progress, and they'll be starting that process of building reactors. But it's like you've got test reactors now being built. I mean, fusion is a process they can do. It has been done. It's just making it viable for generating power, making it generate more power than it needs to get going. They're saying that there's some reactors they're building now, like test reactors, that they'll have built within the next 20 years, so it's not a quick process. So I don't think we'll have...
I think transport will be a big thing as well, where you end up having, a bit like where you've got your underwater cables, you'll have your big sort of transatlantic tunnels that you could shoot, a bit like one of these vacuum tube things, you know, where you could fire a pod across from the UK to America and it gets there in like 4 minutes or something stupid like that. You know,
think Elon Musk will get his boring company digging under the Atlantic?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
So something like that I think would be beneficial, because, you know, if you could have one of those between each of the major continents, like Australia to Asia, and you know, UK to America or Europe to America. However, it would be rather cool, wouldn't it? Because globally, everything has suddenly become that much closer.
I know exactly what your brain just did just then.
What?
It made you say each of the major continents, and then your brain went, shit, now I've got to list some of the continents. Oh, crap. Hang on, which of the continents?
Yeah, but I still remember Australasia being a continent. Persia. Do you remember?
Oh, God,
because we
Persia.
are that old.
Yeah, the pink bits.
Yeah, no, it's knowing what they, the USSR was still a thing when we learnt continents. So.
But I just know that your brain said that and then went, oh, crap, I've just cornered myself.
No, not at all.
That's what my brain does. It makes me say things and then go, hang on, I've got to qualify that and I really haven't prepared.
Yeah.
My brain does that to me all the time.
Yeah, I would like to see that side of things, and dare I say it, the necessary evil of going to war over stuff becomes a relic of the past where it belongs, because we're only here for a short period of time. Let's just share stuff and be done with it.
I don't know how far things will get in 55 years. I think for sure there'll be I think vehicles will be mostly electric. I wouldn't say 100% electric, because the problem with a lot of advances, and that the thing that really kills a lot of advances dead in their tracks, is storage technology. As in, you make the energy, that's fine. How do you store it?
Exactly.
And right now, battery technology still, even now, 2022, and battery technology is still kind of crap.
It is. It's shoddy. It's shoddy.
You nearly said something else then.
I
but
did.
It's like almost every year, there's an announcement of some new amazing technology they've thought of to make these batteries, but it never happens. 5 years later, they realise it's not scalable, it can't be made into a big... And it never happens. So it's like, I don't know how far things will go, because I don't think, unless there's some amazing revolution that happens in battery and energy storage...
Yeah.
I don't know how far things... Because imagine if you can run a car on a battery that big. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Of course it would.
But we'd need a massive jump in battery technology. I think I would like to hope that in 55 years' time, solar technology has managed to push solar panels to... piezo electric panels from being like 5 or 6% efficient as they are now to like 80 or 90%.
I mean, the ideal thing, vacuum tubes become a thing. The need to have personalised transport wouldn't be there, would it? Because you just walk down your street, stand in the tube, work, and off you go.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You've got positively steampunk in your thinking, though. I like that.
Yeah, or some full sort of teleportation device.
Yeah, that might be a bit beyond, I think.
Would be cool, though.
It'd be absolutely brilliant. I'm going to work now. Yeah, but then you'd be like, sorry, I'm late. There's no excuse. You've got a teleporter. Yeah, sorry, I was late. Well, why was you late? My Heisenberg compensators were on a cute.
My Foxx capacitor. My mum was on the internet. On my broadband.
Mama Foxx was watching crap on Facebook, and sorry. And they'd be like, "Yeah, we'll give you that one."
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at chat. Joel Gritson, hello Foxx and Colin, how are you both? Hello in chat, welcome to you, Joel.
Fine, Joel. Hope you're all right, mate.
The Bobbins is in. It says, greetings again.
Hello, Bobbins.
Andy McLeish doesn't like the fact that I said I called out the name of the beast, Artex. We have Ross at Scale Model Ninja says, Belly, Spag Bowl, bench 24th, Huey being decaled.
Good man.
Darren Edmonds says, bench no model, still working on my Ural motorbike and sidecar. Belly waiting for my beef in black bean sauce and special fried rice to arrive. Really? You've ordered takeaway? This time? I didn't even know they were open at this time.
Good man.
Yeah. Let's have, what's your belly?
What, today? It's going to be roast chicken, mate.
Roast dinner, it's Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday, mate. Roast dinner, all the trimmings.
Don't know what I mean. Mama Foxx has got a whole fridge full of sushi downstairs, so she's sorted out.
I should be having that later.
I might have a bang it in the oven paella.
Oh, good man.
Maybe. I made some tagliatelle yesterday and the day before, and I'm full of tagliatelle at the minute.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Panzer Cats, we're going back 55 years. The 3-day week, strikes and 3 TV channels, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. 55 years in the future doesn't sound that far.
It don't.
You think, oh yeah, will we have working fusion batteries in cars? We won't even have working fusion power in houses. But then if you think, but 55 years ago, we didn't even have colour TV.
But you think when we was kids, when someone said the year 2000,
Oh God, yeah.
you thought, wow, that's so much in the future. And we all sat there with our copies of 2000 AD thinking about what things would be like. And it was like...
all wearing silver outfits, food in a pill. That kind
What actually changed at the millennium? Nothing.
Bill Cropper has an awesome mind-bending time fact. If you've got one of these weird time facts, by the way, do bring them out. But Bill Cropper's got a very, very true and very bizarre mind-bending one. He says that a Tyrannosaurus Rex was closer to seeing a Justin Bieber concert than it was to seeing a live Stegosaurus.
Yeah, good factoid.
Yeah, there's less time between T-Rex being alive and Justin Bieber than there was between Stegosaurus being alive and T-Rex being alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet, whenever you see a dinosaur film, there they are together.
Yep. So if anybody's got any little facts like that, where it puts things, I don't really know what to call it, but it's like putting things into perspective that make your brain go, ah.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, and I might get the numbers wrong, but it's all finger in the air figures. Human civilization would have to exist probably at least 200 or 300 times over to even come close between the gap between trilobites and T-Rex.
Wow, good factoid.
Because civilization's only like 4,000 years old, and there's like 300 million years between T-Rex and... Yeah.
This is what I mean. Our time on this little ball of rock, mankind's existence, is only a micromolecule.
Like,
you know, and yet you look at what we've achieved, but also the damage we've done.
Think of it this way. As far as we know at the minute, and again, I'm going to pull these figures out of the air because I don't know them off the top of my head right now. So they are out my backside figures. The current estimate for life evolving on Earth is around about, I think, 3.5 billion years ago. Like, within a billion years of the Earth forming and being hit by the one that I can't remember the name of that made the moon. So it's probably about a billion and a half years. So 3.5 billion years ago, let's say, life evolved, and it's only in the last 200 million years that anything more complicated than bacteria has existed. Let's take 250, 300 million years. So for 2.5 billion years, single-celled organisms were like, that was it. Yeah. Algae and bacteria. And just think how long they existed for before even multicellular organisms came along. And we've only been around for 300 million years, so it's like, wow, even just organic, complex life hasn't been here that long.
No. And that's the thing, you know, it'll evolve itself out of existence, and then next thing will evolve. Yeah. So,
Paul DiTomaso's posted a link in the Boom Hut for the Cyberpunk cars. Cool.
Well done, mate.
Although I think a live T-Rex would vastly improve a Bieber concert. Absolutely. A live T-Rex covered in rocket launchers and lasers. Dangerous lasers. Anything we will have in 2077 has probably been invented already, but we are not allowed or trustworthy enough to have it yet, says Darren.
Good shout.
I can't really think what... Oh, hello, something happened. Hi, Foxx and Colin. I mean, scroll down. It's Marcus Brune, our friend Marcus, with his super chat. It's €9.99 super chat. Hi, Foxx. Hi, Foxx and Colin. Hope all is well. Hello, chat. Popping in and out. Have a great stream, Marcus. Big hugs to you, and thank you very much for that. You are very kind. For those that don't know, that's what a super chat looks like. Get yours now.
Absolutely.
Get your exclusive super chat by pressing the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. All proceeds go to my belly. Where was I up to? Yeah, I can't imagine a new thing appearing that isn't just a variation on something that already exists. Like, you know, you couldn't have predicted the internet in 1966 or, video games or anything like that. But there will be things that obviously pop out new from nowhere that we can't even think of right now in the next 50 years. But I've no idea what they be. Better yet, feed Bieber to the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Panzer, we can only wish, says Andy McLeish. Andy McLeish says, to you, Aqua Point 1, Scuba City 1, Mariana Highway. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it, the deep sea cities, yes.
Yeah.
Nanite surgery, hopefully, says Joseph Kelly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good shout.
Using nanotechnology for surgery and things like that. That's something we might have. Bill Cropper says developments in fuel and power efficiency. Yeah, we covered on that a little bit. Andy McLeish says bioorganic enhancements and Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people.
Yeah. The United Federation of Planets and warp drives.
Yeah. No, sadly.
low,
Soil harvesting. Oh, solar harvesting. Why does it say soil harvesting? Henry Ford wanted to have nuclear-powered cars, travel the country, see the sights, have mutated children. There was a car called the Nucleon, which was designed as a nuclear-powered car. It never got put into production, but it was built as a test project, apparently.
God, could you imagine the Chuds having a nuclear reactor in that year?
I think it was a Chrysler. It was called the Nucleon.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, there was also a jet turbine-powered car that was, again, built as a concept, and I think a couple of them were made. A few of them were made, but they never put into production because it was just far too dangerous. This is in the 1950s America, of course, because why? Of course it was. So yeah, there was a nuclear-powered car planned. Never got anywhere. And not the original Henry Ford, you understand. I think he's making it up now, isn't he? EC Idaho, US light water reactors were developed due to the direction that the US Navy went in development for submarines and naval vessels. Commercial copied the basic plans as they were already developed. Yep, that's for nuclear. EC says liquid sodium cooled reactors are very, very safe and will shut down on their own if they lose power for cooling. That's the sodium reactors, or can be made to shut down automatically. So there are alternatives to nuclear power that we have currently. That is a lot. I mean, still fission based that are safer, like thorium and sodium. But it's just there's no investment there to develop technologies to do it, because it's not the same process to get thorium or sodium to react and produce the heat. So there's just no money there to invest in it. We could do it today if somebody pumped the money in to develop the reactors to do it.
Yeah.
But nobody's interested because.
So, Mr. Musk, rather than buy Twitter.
Yeah, for 46 billion, why not invest in thorium reactors? Then we can populate the world with sodium and thorium nuclear reactors and stop using everything else. Because if they're completely safe, you just have a little tiny sodium reactor in your car. There you go, done. I don't know. Nuclear spaceships with non-harmful. Yeah.
Exactly.
We share 99% of our DNA with chimpanzees, but share 50% with bananas, says Bobbins. This is true. There are certain deep sea organisms that we share more of our DNA with than chimpanzees. Some forms of sea stars and things like that we actually have a closer genetic bond to than things like chimpanzees. Just think of the size of the cake if we live to be 300 million years old, says Panzer.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be just diabetes on a plate, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Soylent Green is Justin Bieber. That won't sell. Soylent Green is T-Rex poop Justin Bieber, says Panzer Cat. If you imagine the whole Earth... I'll start that again. Darren says, if you imagine the whole of Earth, the existence on a 24-hour clock, humans arrived at 1 minute to midnight.
Yeah.
And Panzer
Messes
Cat...
with your head, doesn't it? You're like, yeah.
Yep. That's like in Carl Sagan's Cosmos, where he has the calendar, the universe of the calendar of the universe from the Big Bang, or the start of the universe, the formation of the universe, let's say, all the way up to present day, and like we're the last little tiny sliver on the last square of December the 31st.
Yeah.
Well, that's when life came out, not when we turned up. When life turned up. Yeah, it's like several billion years where...
It's mad, isn't it, though, when you sit there and you start thinking of it like that. It does get you thinking.
Because just trying to get your brain around the fact that for like 2.5 billion years, it was just cyanobacteria.
Yeah.
And very simple things like that. That's it. For 2 billion years. It's rubbish. This is rubbish. Obviously, use of resources.
Yeah, and then suddenly a massive explosion of life.
Yep. Nobody really knows how.
No one seems to really know what sparked that off. Aliens did it.
Aliens. Well, they know certain things like the cyanobacteria were the dominant life form for many billions of years, but they produced oxygen as a waste product, which led to what's called the Great Oxygenation, which is where the Earth became oxygenated. But unfortunately, for most of the life at the time, that was toxic.
Yeah.
So all the cyanobacteria started to kill themselves off because they were producing their own toxins. But then life forms sort of slightly evolved that could use the oxygen, and that's where it started to evolve from that. So, but yeah, it's like the Cambrian explosion. Nobody really knows what caused the Cambrian explosion, where stuff went from very simple multicellular organisms to trilobites and all kinds of mysterious multicelled organisms and animals, things with eyes. Nobody really knows what led to the Cambrian explosion. And that's what, 250 million years ago, 300 million? I think I could be getting all the numbers wrong, but I'm using them as rough numbers. But yeah,
like you say, Mother Nature will always find a way.
Mm-hmm. Spooky stuff.
It is when you think of it, isn't it? Like you say, you sit there and you start analysing it. It's like, oh my God, my brain cells. Yeah.
Well, for like, several billion years, everything above the water surface was just rock. And that was it. Nothing at all. Just rock. And then sea. And all the life was in the sea. And probably all at the bottom of the sea for a long, long time. Mind blowing.
It is, mate.
And if
Gets you thinking, innit?
Yeah. And if it hadn't been for the cyanobacteria producing all the oxygen, that then led to the dominancy of all the life that used oxygen as a fuel.
Yeah.
None of this would be here. It would still be an endless, lifeless ocean of cyanobacteria. But they did themselves in by just converting their entire atmosphere of the world around them and the water to oxygen.
Isn't that what we're doing? Converting the atmosphere into something that's no longer going to be breathable.
Well, no longer compatible for us and a lot of the life around us. But the Earth will survive and life will come back. We might not.
Absolutely.
But,
it's almost like it's a natural cycle, isn't it? It's... Yeah.
Well, our stupidity kind of breaks the cycle a bit, but...
Yeah. In a roundabout way, it's achieving the same, isn't it? Which is, we're gonna pollute ourselves out of existence.
Unfortunately, we're doing something that took cyanobacteria 2.5 billion years, and we've done it in about hundreds. Well, you go humans. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, Easy Ido says the same. So we're not the only creatures to pollute our planet then.
Yeah.
If you think about it, humanity has a symbiotic relationship with certain funguses and herbs, and has been proven fact throughout time. We have a symbiotic relationship with many things. You have to remember, this is the mind-blowing fact. You are not an individual. You are a colony.
Yeah.
Because you may not realise this, but it's been calculated that the actual mass of all the things that live in and on you, all the bacteria and archaea and tiny little creatures and all the organisms that you depend on for your existence, the mass of them actually outweighs the mass of your actual cells of your body.
Yeah.
So if you're the ratio, there's more things that aren't you living in and on you than there are actually you.
Yeah.
And that's the mind-blowing fact. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's been estimated that the numbers of bacteria living just in your digestive system alone is in the billions or even trillions.
Yeah. It's when you see these electron microscope images of things that are living on your skin and that. You sit there and you're like, I so wish I hadn't seen any of that.
But the thing is, it's amazing because it's now believed, they can't say for sure, but it's now believed that a lot of the things that are part of your biome, your gut flora, the bacteria that help you do what you do in terms of food and everything else.
Yeah.
There's now a lot of evidence that suggests they actually have an effect on your personality, on how you operate in the world around you.
Oh, right, yeah.
That, that things like mental health, that depression, that your choices and decisions, your personality can be determined by your gut flora and fauna.
Oh, wow.
Oh. So, because they're kind of, they're controlling how you, digest food and release what's the word I'm looking for? Proteins and things like that.
Yeah.
They have an involvement in that process, and they can control which proteins are released and help some proteins be released and some not, and other ones be manufactured, and that can affect how your brain functions. So it's currently one of those things like who's actually steering the ship. It's actually kind of hard to say right now. It's believed it might not actually be necessarily all us. It's a bit like finding out that the car weighs more than you and is driving itself, and you're like, hey, what? When you thought you were the car.
Yeah.
The car was part of you. I like microorganisms. Awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm a microorganism.
You're made of microorganisms.
Absolutely.
We all are. Hey.
Thought I'd say that before you did.
We constantly underestimate the stupidity of our species, says Panzer. I never underestimate the stupidity of my own species.
Yeah.
I'm often surprised in a bad way how stupid they can be. Exceeds my expectations.
Yeah. You sit there sometimes and you think, just when I thought mankind couldn't be any dumber.
Then you turned on ITV and you thought, oh Christ.
Yeah.
No, we are a mass of cells, bacterium and creatures, says Andy McLeish. The largest organ of the human body is your skin. There is.
Yeah.
It is. Humans are a bit of an enigma. We are one of the newest species on the planet, but we have more defects in our DNA than any other animal on the planet, and no one knows why.
Yeah.
Because we're just rubbish from every angle of it. I don't know, but I would guess probably that the fact that we're the first creature to actively change its environment to survive rather than changing itself to survive in the environment.
Yeah.
We're the first creature that, even when we were primitive, banging rocks together, we were still the first one to do things like cook our food and make fire and things like that. So even at a primitive level, we were the first species to significantly change. There are species that change their environment around them. There are ones that do that, but we're the ones that significantly do it so that we don't need to necessarily evolve. And that's probably introduced some changes. We're also one of very few species that don't have a mating cycle.
Yeah.
Not many actually have an unfixed mating cycle. We're the species that can mate whenever we want. We don't have a breeding season. Most do, so I think it's us and dolphins and a couple of other things can get jiggy whenever we want. So that probably introduces more scope for defects and genetic weirdness because it's happening more often.
Bloody hell, yeah.
It's happening more often and more widely than
Well, this
other
is
creatures.
it, because DNA of a similar makeup is getting reproduced more and more and more, so any defects that are there become exacerbated, don't they?
Exactly, and we might live in small groups, and therefore breeding tends to happen. Or this, going back thousands or millions of years, this might be more likely to breed within our own group rather than outside our own group than some other creatures. There's probably a lot of different reasons, but we are the first creature to significantly change our environment to suit us rather than vice versa. That probably had an effect. Things we've done, even things like cooking food.
Yeah.
For every one of us that is intelligent and considerate, says Andy McLeish, there are at least 400 idiots.
Yeah.
Where are we to? Sarah Jane's in, says, back to motorsport. See you, Panzer. Hello, Sarah Jane.
Hello, Sarah Jane. You're
Goodbye,
right,
Sarah Jane. Big hugs to you. We are a means of transportation. There was a Carl Sagan line, but I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, did you get to do your Carl Sagan voice?
No, because I can't remember. It's like, we are each of us a something, a collection or a community or something like that, but I can't remember the exact line. Andy McLeish says, hey, Big Steve, to Totally Scale Models.
Hello, Steve. How you doing, mate?
Bill Cropper says, the amount of water on Earth has never changed. We just keep recycling and reprocessing the same stuff. Panzer Cat says, yuck, this means I'm drinking Fox's ancestors' pee. And McLeish says, by that logic, we've ingested, digested, reprocessed and recycled regurgitated history. Theoretically, the amount of air that you breathe in your lifetime, you have breathed in at least one oxygen molecule, or gas molecule, let's say, that was breathed in by Caesar, or that was breathed in by a T-Rex, or an Ankylosaurus.
Oh, wow.
You will have ingested water that's been through a dinosaur. Absolutely, everybody will have done.
Mad, isn't it?
Yep.
Dinosaurs are cool.
Dinosaurs are better than everything. Like and subscribe. Time.
That would be cool, though. I think that is the one period of time most people would travel back to if they could.
Dinosaurs. Absolutely.
I want to see a dinosaur. Bang.
I want to go to the land of the dinosaurs. Bill Cropper says, I'm no longer allowed to make whenever I want. I get the feeling you typed that in a really small voice.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Was that with a disappointed, furrowed brow?
Was that like typing it whilst looking over at the missus? Oh, I'm no longer allowed to do that.
Oh, I remember them days.
So, why are you looking at me? Nothing, dear. Don't
Nothing,
matter.
love. You talked about me? No.
No. Don't step on a butterfly, says Steve. Yeah. I've got the sniffles again. I do apologise. Apologies.
You are a sniffle.
You're made of sniffles.
Absolutely.
Do. Have you watched any of the EV Nautilus dive videos yet? I know. Stupid question, but I'm
Stupid question.
I'm contractually, and he said chemically obligated then. I'm contractually obligated to ask.
No, not yet, mate.
Yeah, I'm watching one at the minute.
It'll be fitted in as and when I can.
Yeah. Once you get the hang of Skyrim and you know what you're doing and you're just pootling about without having to look at buttons and understand anything, then you can have it on in the background while you're fettling through caves and things.
There you go, see?
It's quite relaxing.
There is method to the madness.
Yes.
I should have it on the other screen, really, when I sit down and work at the bench. But
yeah. It is quite relaxing.
Useless.
We haven't heard from Simon yet on chat.
Yeah, I reckon he's asleep.
Yeah, he's asleep or pooping, and it's a really big poop.
Damn, he's unwell if that's a poop.
Yeah, well, big hugs to Simon. Even though he can't be bothered getting out of bed to come and join us.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to be coming back, wasn't he, yesterday, unless they stayed an extra day.
Yeah, it could have been. Andy McLeish says, nope, I'd go back so I could play Dino Riders. Oh, God, there's a throwback. Dinosaurs with lasers. Colin wants to see a dinosaur. I think I still have a picture of my ex, says Panzer. Here all week, try the fish.
I'll be here all week.
Try the fish. Right. We've been going for an hour and I've not even assembled the first doogie. I'm still cleaning them up.
What do you like? Mind you, though, I've only put one axle on.
Yeah, that's far too fast you go in there, lady. You'll have run out of things to build by the end of the show.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
It's only got 6 parts, that kit. Oh no, love, I've built my kit now. I need to go to Games Workshop and buy a whole mess more because the others are in a box and I can't get the box. So I need to spend that money.
Yeah. I need more Warhammer.
Why are you buying more Warhammer? All your kits are over there. Yeah, but they're over there. And there's websites right here.
Over there.
Websites in front of me.
I can get the delivery mat, put it through the window.
Why are you ordering more? Well, I don't get to mate anymore. Could there be a connection? So people in chat, I'm trying to think of something to ask. Remember, folks, if you are in chat, please do give us stuff to talk about.
Yeah, feel free to ask us anything.
Yeah, ask us anything. As long as it's not religion or politics, we'll happily discuss anything. And for the love of dog, we need things to talk about. So give us things to talk. There's a nub there. Give us things to talk about.
Andy McLeish's Panzer, your ex. You haven't seen my ex. Proper velociraptor she was. Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. I don't have an ex.
There's actually a Pokemon that looks like my ex. Because my ex was horrible. But there's actually a Pokemon, and I had Pokemon Go on my phone for a while.
Yeah.
And there was some, I can't remember which one it is, there's some Pokemon that looks like a kind of fat blonde, and it was like, you could rename the Pokemon in this game, so I just called it, I just called it her name.
Good man.
And he said, why have you got a Pokemon called that? And I'm like, there you go. Anyway, right, yeah. He said, yeah, actually, it does look just like her, yeah. I was like, wow, do they know my ex? Right, I need to cut off a couple of rivets and replace them.
Yeah, it's when they go, you haven't met the wife, and in comes walking. Yeah. You'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not you.
Yeah. Whew. Bullet dodged.
Absolutely.
Right, time to add some rivets.
Oh, rivet counting.
I think these are going to be tiny ones. Not bolt heads, but rivets. Fat blob Pokemon that's either Chansey or Jigglypuff. Neither of those two. I can't remember what it's called now. I haven't got Pokemon Go on my phone anymore. It was fat and blonde. Which is very accurate. I can't remember what it was called now. It's a long time ago. I remember when Pokemon Go first came out. It was all the rage, and I got it on my phone, and my friend who had kids, she used to take the kids for a wander around in the pushchairs, around the few blocks, and we'd play Pokemon Go as we went around. I'm not into Pokemon, but it was something fun to do.
Yeah.
And I used to stand outside work having a cigarette when I was smoking on my break, and we'd all stand there with our little phones swiping away trying to catch things. But the only downside was that where I worked, the only thing you could ever find was Rattata or Pidgeys, and it's like, oh really, is that all I'm ever going to get? Thousands of Rattatas and Pidgeys, is that it? And when I got home, you'd very occasionally get something that wasn't a Rattata or a Pidgey, but it was like, I'm bored now, nothing ever happens. And then I turned it on one day and just sat in my bedroom and got like 20 different Pokemon because they just happened to be in the area. I'm like, okay, well, that's easy.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, it used to chew your battery up and make your phone go hot, so... I need to blow my nose, microphone off for a second.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Andy McLeish's Fat and Blonde. Okay, that's another description of another one of my exes. Apparently she was a total bunny boiler. Better says poor rabbit. Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you believe the Knights Templar buried treasures on Oak Island? Asks Paul Di Tommaso. Nobody knows what's buried on Oak Island.
Exactly.
In the money pit.
You never know.
Was that last week's video title or the one before? That was the one before last, wasn't it?
I think it was week before last, mate.
Did the Knights Templar ever go to America, the American continent? I don't think so. Did they? It was Knights Templar like 14th, 15th. I don't know.
14th, 15th century, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was before Canada and Americans. Right, so I think I'm actually ready to assemble a dude now.
Oh, you go careful.
Si Reynolds would be very proud that I spent an hour and a half cleaning him up.
He would.
Although, then again, he'd see that big mould line there and be very proud that I did that for an hour and a half and missed that mould line.
He'd be so proud that I'm sitting here religiously de-seaming the entire axle.
The only thing I don't envy you is having to de-seam all those tyres. Ugh.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they? Like, yeah.
It's the one thing that puts me off doing any Warhammer vehicles is de-seaming the tyres.
Yeah, it's a bit tiresome.
Skirting
I'm
the rim.
here all week, start the car.
I see you took the path well tread there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skirting the rim.
See what you did there, mate? Yeah, no pressure.
Oh. I don't know. Your humour is continental in its reputation.
Absolutely.
You're struggling now, aren't you?
I am.
So was I. I really pushed the barrel out on that one.
Yeah,
right,
I've got most of the bad ones out on the brunch as well. It's like, get them all out there.
I wonder when I go downstairs later, will Mama Foxx have gone in the kitchen and got herself a whole mess more donuts? Probably not.
You'll go in and she'll just suddenly jump down from the settee and go, I wasn't climbing on the settee on this.
It's like anything that recalls getting out of a sofa, even making herself a brew. Like, she'll happily have a brew every hour, and I make her brew once an hour to keep her hydrated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, another brew, yeah. But if it's left to her own devices, I'll make one if I want one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means if you can be bothered getting off your butt off the sofa.
Yeah.
I know how it goes, woman. Don't even try. Need to file that down a bit.
Yeah. So you say, do you want a cup of tea? Oh, I could murder one. Ah, really? I thought you said you didn't want one just now.
Enemy Cliche says to Paul Di Tommaso they had to hide the money somewhere, and there's Muse. Hey, Musey. Hey, Muse.
Hello, Muse. How you doing, my darling? I have said hello to you because I anticipated your graceful presence.
And it was quivering anticipation. We should say that. We should make that clear.
Absolutely.
His anticipation was truly quivering. That's probably going a bit wrong there, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I better type it in now because if I don't...
Oh, and then we fall out. There we go. Fail. 1 second, folks. We shall return to your previously scheduled programs. And pa-ching. There we go.
And he's back.
Yay. I am returned to the place of talking. Thank you.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Don't know what that was. Went a bit wayward there.
You got carried away, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Right, well, I've got to assemble these arms anyway because they're built in, but...
So are you doing your coffee walk of Sunday, I'm just woken up Muse?
Paul Di Tommaso, will we ever discover cold fusion? Maybe. Every kind of discovery of it so far has been completely fake. I'm trying to remember the names of the guys that said they'd found it in the late 80s, and then it turned out they were just talking rubbish and it was complete sham.
Yeah, it kind of fell flat on their face, didn't it?
Yeah. For some reason, all I can get in my head is Watson and Crick, but that's DNA. Yeah. I know the names, but I can't remember them. Anyway, yeah, that was a complete lie. They were faking.
Made such a big thing of it, didn't they? And they ended up absolutely ridiculed.
Mm-hmm. Their science careers, their careers basically crumbled in front of their eyes. They destroyed their own scientific career, sadly. Penzias and something.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the Big Ear Observatory? Cosmic background radiation. God, I can't remember now. There's so many things in science where it's two people, and you get the name like Watson and Crick and Penzias and thingy. I think that was the Big Ear Observatory. Penzias and what's it? Cosmic background radiation. Cosmic microwave background even. Cosmic microwave. And their new album.
I mean, what did they expect? They sat there and made up all this evidence. Surely they must have realised there will be people out there that try to do the research and replicate it and go, yeah, that kind of don't work.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like you get like there's an endless glut of people appear on YouTube with free energy devices, and they're all rubbish because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
But you've had a few like companies form.
Yeah.
That say they've either developed cold fusion or these free energy devices to the point where they're holding press conferences and they know it doesn't work and they know it's rubbish because it never goes anywhere, and the experiments that they do in public never
can't know anything.
Yeah, there's always a reason why it doesn't quite work. Yeah. And they're always just big scams because they're just in there they say we need $20 million of investment, and then they get the money and they make a box that's got a battery in it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a scam. Yeah. So just don't have
it's an old John Player's fag packet with a button on it. Yeah, it's all in there. Just press the button.
All in there.
But wait until we've got in the car and drove off. Yeah.
There was an Irish company called I can't remember the name, called something or other, Orbis or something. I can't remember what it was, Orbis or something. They're supposed to have made some amazing energy device And they got millions and millions and millions of euros in investment. And oh, look, it never went anywhere and they went quiet and then disappeared. Because of course it did, because there's no such thing as free energy.
Exactly. You don't get nothing for free, not in this world.
That's not how physics works. Pons and Fleischmann, that's it. Pons and Fleischmann, I knew that. There's always a pair. There's always like a funny name and a normal name. Pons and Fleischmann, that's it. The rear wings on the back of this Batmobile are kicking my arse, says Totally Scale Models. Which Batmobile? Which one?
I think it's the newest one, mate.
One that looks like an old Dodge Challenger?
Yeah, it's not the one you love.
Not the 89? Not the Tumbler?
No, it's not the Tumbler, it's the new one.
Yeah, it looks quite good, that one. It looks a bit like a Charger or like a muscle car. I quite like that, because in Batman's history, sometimes the Batmobile was just a regular car with some ponciness on it. The Vikings discovered North America. They called it Vinland, Swedish or Scandinavian for Wineland. It was mostly what is today Eastern Canada. Yeah, true. That's what they now believe, because they found Viking artifacts.
Yeah.
So they think that was the first Western culture to discover. Although, of course, obviously the indigenous peoples were there a long time before.
Absolutely.
And they probably came from across the Bering Land Bridge. The Bering Land Bridge?
Yeah. Yes.
It is all fake or it is suppressed, says Darren Edmonds. What? Infinite energy? It's all fake. There's no suppression. Trust me, if somebody could invent an infinite energy device that was real, they'd become very quickly the richest person on the earth, because they'd patent it, copyright it, keep the technology secret and sell it.
Yeah.
If you discovered a mechanism to make free energy and you were the only person that knows how it works and you could make a machine that would work every single time and you could sell that for £1,000, you would become the one manufacturer of the infinite energy device in the world, and you'd be the richest person alive. You wouldn't go on YouTube and do a silly little video.
Yeah. Steve's saying it's the Batman v Superman Batmobile.
Oh yeah, I know the one. It's all right, that one.
You know the one?
I know the one. Yeah, I can see the wings. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got everything that sort of protruding wheels.
You trying to say protuberances then?
Protuberances.
Because that's a brilliant word. Protuberances. There was a gentleman who developed a foam that would easily get rid of body hair on men. A well-known shaving company bought it from him and buried it because they would go bust if it was out.
Yeah.
Whereas they could have just sold the shaving foam and made their money that, because then it would have replaced shaving razors and
the everlasting light bulb.
Yeah. Is that a true story though? Because like, if I was a shaving company, I'd be like, okay, well we can't make razors anymore because who's going to use this foam? But at the same time, nobody else knows how to make it, and everybody would rather do this than use razors. So we'll just make all our money selling the foam.
Yeah.
So I think that can't be right, because they'd still make money on the foam. They'd make more. I don't know. Because you'd have to get a new can of foam, wouldn't you?
That's why they always give the main razor body away, because they get you when it comes to buying the blades.
Yeah. Aye.
You know, we'll do it as a giveaway bargain with a set, because, human nature says, well, I don't want to buy the set again because I'm going to end up with another handle. It's like, well...
Handle.
Yeah.
I've got 3 handles already. That means I'll have...
4 handles.
Yeah. But that's the thing, it's like, that makes no sense really, because it's like, well, okay, you make razors and this guy's making a foam that means it's irrelevant. Your razor's irrelevant. Then why don't you just start selling the foam?
Yeah.
And then stop selling razors, and you won't go bust because you'll sell foam, and people will buy the foam because they'll have to get a new kind of foam every week rather than a new set.
Consumable.
Yeah. So instead of selling razor blades for £3 once a year to someone because you get 10, why not just sell one can of foam once a month for £6? There you go. You've made more money than you're making on razors. So yeah, that doesn't make sense, that story.
Yeah.
I doubt the veracity of that. I think a visit to Snopes would have to be in order for that. It's cheaper to buy the set again. It's dumb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, what? What's that? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Same amount of waste either way, though.
Yeah.
The everlasting light bulb is the thing, says Darren Edmonds.
Yeah, there was a thing where, I don't know how true the rumour is, but there was someone had invented it and Phillips had bought a patent or whatever, paid a shed load of money and put it in a drawer, and yeah, we're not going to sell them.
Yeah, I mean, that's not unlikely to happen, things like that.
No.
If it's something that would is totally disruptive, then human nature, because we're all rubbish, is that somebody who makes the thing is going to disrupt, is going to try and kill it.
Wasn't there something similar with the Clem engine?
The who?
Clem engine. It's basically an engine that once it was running would just run on nothing but its own motion. Bit like a Stirling motor, bit like a Stirling engine. Yeah, Google it. Richard Clem and the Clem engine.
Is
There
that a
was
real
something
thing though?
about
Because
that.
that's a perpetual motion machine, which is not physically possible.
There's historical photographs, Fox. That's before. Yeah, that's what I was about to say to you, mate.
No, I mean, I know it's probably a real thing, but was it really a perpetual motion machine? Because that's not actually physically...
Well, I don't know. Google it. It's
Yeah.
easier if you Google it, because
I'll have a look. I'll have a look at that.
because I'll
Sounds
say
interesting.
it and I'll be wrong. So
No,
yeah.
no. I don't doubt it existed, but whether it was
But,
actually...
yeah, Richard Clem and the Clem engine.
Clem. That sounds like a Steam era name to me, Clem.
Yeah,
The Clem
'cause
engine.
He actually fitted one to one of his farm vehicles.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. The Clem engine.
Clem.
Because I can remember making Stirling engines when I was a kid.
Why has this guy got a hole in his arse? That's not a question I should really have
The
to
ones
ask.
you used to put on top of the coffee cup, wasn't it? And the heat drove the fan and off it went.
Oh, yeah.
Darren Edmonds says there's a bulb called the Centennial light bulb, which has been burning since 1901.
Is that the one that's in a fire station in America somewhere? There is one in America. There's a firehouse with a bulb. It's an old Edison. That's the Edison bulb era, and it's just been on for like 100 years, and it's still going
Good man.
because it's the thick enough fibre. I think they've never actually turned it off, and that's why it's not degraded. And it's this legendary bulb now that's still going. All right, that's my last boy.
Oh, you're impressive.
Last boy.
I'm so proud of you.
I know. I'm filling up with moistness. Clem engine. I'll have to look that up. Look at the clemularity. How's your... let's have a look at your truckness. Let's give you a full screen and...
I've literally just put it down to stand up.
Have you? Oh, no, you go and stand up then.
You carry on, mate. You've got me full screen now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've glued one axle on at the moment, mate.
Have you done plastic car shenanigans as well?
Yes.
Slow down, girl.
Yeah, there was a seam there, mate.
You'd slow down your building. Make it last. You've got to get at least a couple of weeks out of the build of that.
Yeah, there's 3 pieces.
Yeah, I know you could get. I could get at least a month out of that. I am slow as hell. It is known. It is known. Do 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 do. You've got 25 minutes of your 2 hours,
Oh, good man.
but you're standing up now anyway, aren't you? So,
Absolutely.
shall I reset the clock?
Yeah, you can do, mate.
Reset the clock, Annika. 2 hours reset. Have yourself a wander and a swig of stuff and a jelly
I
bean.
will do in a sec, mate. I will do in a sec.
Yeah, good girl.
There you go. It's in the chat. Clem engine.
Muse says that magical hair remover foam exists. One type is Nair. Yeah, there are like foams, the depilatory foams. Let's have a look at the Clem engine. While we're doing this, Richard Clem engine, 1992. Over Unity motor, yeah. Let's have a look.
There's another link going in as well, which gives you the specifications. And it was basically cooking oil pump and a heat exchanger.
Clem engine. Let's have a look on Wikipedia then, see what that says. Oops.
See, another wealth of useless information and factoids.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The Clem engine, was it real or fake? That's not Wikipedia, that's somewhere else.
I think the whole concept is something that is, why not? Why has no one in the modern era followed it up?
Well, there's nothing on Wikipedia about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
No.
But it's obviously a niche thing. But the problem with over Unity engines is, I'll have a read of that and see if it was ever discovered, if it was real or you know, a shenanigan or something. Because the problem with over Unity engines, the idea is it puts out more energy than it has going in.
Yeah.
Which technically isn't possible.
That's why I said I'd put a link in, because it's easier if you read it yourself.
Yeah, and I'll have a read through that. See what it says. I'd be interested to see, like I say, if through a number of sources, if it's ever been properly discovered how it works.
Yeah, that's why I put another link in as well. Different points of view.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll Google for a while. I'll do loads of Google farming and see what I can find. Interesting. Because you get, like, the internet's full of, like, I've made this over Unity engine. No, you haven't.
No. There was footage of it as well doing the rounds. So.
Yes. I'll have a read.
Interesting concept.
Clem designed one that's 72 that ran on cooking oil. But then it's running on cooking oil, so it's not an over Unity engine. It's got a fuel source. Unless it can... I'll have a read of it later anyway. I've not read it yet. So. Right, what we're doing. That's rivets. I've done me... Oh, it means I've got to make me plane now, doesn't it? Oh. I've done one already. Never mind. I can do another one. I'm going to put my dudes in a box. I put my little men in a box.
Dudes!
I've got to write things on their bottoms, haven't I? I forgot about that. I need to write down that they're boys. I guess that means I've technically got to sex my orcs.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think the gorilla arse will cover that, didn't you?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I've known a few girls.
Getting back to your ex again, are we?
Yeah. She used to part-time as a berm on the M65, on the M62, but you know. That's got a base. He's got that written down.
Poor woman.
Oh no, don't give me sympathy. You don't deserve sympathy. Trust me on that.
Do you ever not wonder what she's doing now?
No, I couldn't care less. Literally couldn't care less what she's doing now. What is that? Is that a boy or is that a commando? I think that's a boy.
Oh, distinct sound of a Casio beepage there.
Yeah. Whatever she's doing is probably stupid and chavvy and not very intelligent.
Sounds like you definitely dodged a bullet there, mate.
Oh, absolutely. I was in a very strange place. And it was like, how did this even happen? What? Yeah. It was definitely was a, thank goodness I dodged a bullet on that one. Absolutely dodged a bullet. Oh, yeah. Right, I think that's all of them. So I just need to write boy on the boys.
Oh, you're good.
No, it's only so that when I come to, if I ever get around to playing them on the tabletop, I know which one's a boy and which one's a knob, because I don't know, I can't tell them apart. So I'm going to move my knob over here. That's not a knob. Oh.
The fact that you've just said when you eventually you might play them on the tabletop leads me to think that you will build a gaming table at some point.
I've got nowhere to put one, but it's also the other reason is so that if I decide to sell them, I can look underneath each of the stands and say on eBay, it is 20 boys and 3 knobs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, here's 10 orcs. What? I don't know. So I need to say, it's so I write on the base, and I usually do it so I know which one's like the sergeant or something. If it's like Imperial Guard, so that's a rocket launcher, isn't it? Choisissez le variant assemblée. No. Rocket launcher. How do they spell rocket launcher? R-O-K-K-I, isn't it? Doesn't really matter. Rocket boy.
Could always say it's a rocket man. See what I did there?
Rocket man. I don't even know how the. Luckily, I don't know how the tune goes, so I can't break the copyright. I've got no idea. I think we've all been in positions where we've dodged the proverbial bullet when it comes to X's, hasn't it, Nicholas? Yeah. But it's like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Yeah. I've been lucky.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Apart from when you're getting told off for something, in which case you've been very unlucky.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10 it's because I deserve to be getting
Well, yeah, there is that. Absolutely, you always deserve it. You know you deserve it.
You know, it's like, yeah.
You're always wrong, you know that.
Absolutely.
It is the order of things.
Absolutely. You think I'm going to deny that? Bloody hell, even though she's asleep, I'm still not going to disagree with her.
Oh, yeah, no, she's asleep, but that doesn't mean you're safe.
Exactly, there may be some kind of recording device running. I don't know this.
You don't know it, but you know it.
Absolutely. Perish the thought, mate.
Yeah. Even if there isn't a recording device, she'll know. She'll hear everything.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Now, in a minute, I will actually pop off for a minute, go and make Mama Foxx a brew if she's not had one.
Yeah, no worries.
Just to make sure there's any donuts left in the kitchen.
Yeah. That probably means that she hasn't even thought about... Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Mama Foxx.
Hello.
There you go.
There you go.
I'll give it a minute.
Yeah.
She's not downstairs yet. Oh boy, there we go. Just labelling my bases. I've written on their bottoms. All their bottoms are marked, so I know who is who.
You're good, you are.
And I've got 2 bases left over, which always makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
I've also, where's the knob? Where's the knob gone? Where's the boss knob?
Oh, you're having trouble finding your knob?
Oh no, I've written knob on that one. That's a knob. Yeah, there we go. I'll leave them out for a minute. Thomas Ogle, who invented a device that would make a car do 100 miles per gallon, died under suspicious circumstances.
Oh.
The Mayer guy was proven to be a total fraud, says Skill Model Muse. Who's the Mayer guy? Oh, Stanley Mayer invented an engine that ran on water. He was supposedly poisoned in a restaurant. It was proven to be a total fraud. Yes, unfortunately, for the most part, the concept of an over-unity engine disagrees with the entire, laws of thermodynamics.
Yes.
So it has to be some exceptional proof that it works to make it. And so far, nobody's ever been able to do it. So, but I'll read up about that. And it's a chud engine then, not chud, a Clem engine. Chud engine.
Yeah, I often sit and think, well, why isn't it in existence?
Because even if you get an engine that requires a blap of fuel to go and then the components start moving, you're always going to have air resistance and friction to slow the parts down. So even if it's a purely mechanical engine that requires some sort of energy in to make the bits start going, they're always going to slow down to a stop because of things like friction. And if they always lose energy, because if the device when functioning gets warm, it's because it's losing energy through heat. It's giving out energy, so it's always losing energy from somewhere. So there's always energy loss in a machine or in an engine of some sort. So that's why every time somebody claims there's an over-unity engine, especially on YouTube, I mean, don't ignore anything on YouTube. It's all rubbish on there, but they've always been shown to be not actually.
Read it yourself.
Yeah, I will do. But I've never heard of that one.
That surprises me. I thought you was a phantom of knowledge, mate.
Yeah, but you don't know everything, do you? You can't know everything. Okay, wait, there's the Fresno Nightcrawlers, says Andy McLean. She's just noticed the title of this week's stream.
Yeah.
Look them up, they're great. Clearly it's somebody doing silly nonsense, but they're quite cool. Tesla claimed he could get free energy in the atmosphere. Sadly, he was wrong. Energy never disappears, it just changes form. Yep. It's like information, it can never be lost.
Absolutely, it will always be discoverable at some point.
Yep. Oops, that's good together. But that's the thing, it's any system will lose energy through either heat. If a system's giving off heat and noise, then that's losing energy, because heat and noise is energy. So, ooh, what's that? Who'd be sending me the mails? Games Workshop. Oh God, and I'm not looking
Probably
at that.
Si saying, just woke up.
I'm just walking up and I'm doing a big poo. Right, I shall put these sprues. I missed it spumes for some reason. I shall put these sprues over there, and I shall get the sprues for the flying nonsense because it's time for flying nonsense. I shall go and sort Mama Foxx out in a minute. Dakka jet, dakka jet, blocker boots. Blocker boots. Seriously, blocker boots.
Oh no, still hear the theme tune now.
I can't remember it, thankfully. But I will, if I see it, I'll go in there for
The
a week.
video's on YouTube, Blocker Boots.
Yeah, I know. I watched it recently, and thankfully it doesn't seem to stick. I'd have to watch it quite a few times, then I'd be like, no, why did I do that?
Yeah, it's a proper earworm when it gets in there, mate.
Oh, yeah. Right, that's me boys done. Me boys.
It's one of those things I didn't ever think I'd see again, and it's like, yeah, it's going to be on YouTube, isn't it? And there it was. It's like, yeah.
It is amazing when you realise, you get to that point in your life and you think, anything I ever used to remember watching as a child, it's going to be on there, and I can find it because of the internet.
Yeah,
All these
exactly.
things, like all these things that I might have remembered in my 20s or 30s when there was no internet.
Yeah.
And it was like,
whatever
I remember that.
happens to that TV show or whatever, whereas now...
Yeah. Like, go back 20 years and it'd be the case of, do you remember that programme? Yeah, that's as far as you could go.
Yeah.
But now you can actually go and watch it and go, wow, that's not what I remember. Or whatever.
Yeah, you sit there and you think, I'm so glad I didn't buy the DVD box set of that.
It's like, yeah, hang on, didn't this used to be good? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching Once Upon a Time Man, which I remembered from watching as a kid. It was like an educational cartoon series. And yeah, that did not hold up to my memories at all.
No.
That was not good.
No, you sit there and you think, yeah, I used to watch this particular TV show. Yeah, brilliant. And then you see it and you're like, oh, that is biblical arse.
That's
yeah.
that's fantabulousness, nonsense-ness. Right, which one shall I build? I think that downward pointing wings is rubbish, so I'm not building the Dakka jet because it's just nonsense.
Which one's that?
That one, the downward pointing wing. Seriously?
Yeah.
No, it's just
Yeah, it's a bit lame, isn't it?
yeah. I like the idea of the one with all the Wasbon blaster deck with all the electric-y things.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've got that one on the stand on my shelf, that one.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's have a look.
Because you've done the other one, didn't you, with the towel?
Well, that was kind of a hodgepodge of like what was it? A hodgepodge. It was a hodgepodge of the burner bomber and the blitzer bomber.
Yeah.
But with the blaster jet intake and the
Yeah.
It was blaster jet intake, the burner bomber's rear gunner, and the blitzer bomber's tailplanes.
Which makes perfect sense, because if it was Ork, they probably got a load of bits off of different ones and made their own.
Yeah. But the thing is, you have to have the big intake, and you must have the nose cone.
Oh,
The
yeah,
turbo.
it just don't look right without
Yeah,
them.
you can't not have the big fat intake. I mean, why would you want that little farty nonsense?
Fart arse little thing, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it absolutely has to have the big intake, and it absolutely has to have the turbine cone, because otherwise you just get out, basically. I don't know.
Decisions.
Yes, what I don't want to do is paint 300 bombs, because that would really not be fun to paint.
Yeah.
It's like painting checkers is fun, but not when you've got like 10 bombs to paint checkers on. It becomes a bit of a life-draining thing.
Yes, the novelty soon wears off, mate.
Yes, but I haven't got any. Let's have a look at the box art. I don't want to corner myself into painting lots of complicated electrical fields and lightnings, which I suck at painting. Oh no, it's all brass and stuff. I'm just looking at the box art here, you see.
Yeah.
For the one with the Wasbon blaster jet, that one. I'm thinking,
Kind of got your name on it, innit? Let's be honest.
I'm kind of thinking, what will sell?
Yeah.
Might be that one. I might have to build that with all the spangly bits. I don't think he's got a co-pilot though. He hasn't got a grot in there doing anything. We'll find out.
You could always add a grot doing something, can't you?
Boy, you're getting a bit creative there, mate. Steady now. It's me you're talking to.
Yeah, should have realised that as soon as I said it.
I've only got 16k for random nonsense. Right, so we have to do step 1A is for everything, isn't it? So, step 1. Special instruction, please read. Yeah, downward pointing. I mean,
yeah, that's like doing eyes on windscreens, isn't it?
it's just nonsense. I mean, why would you... Don't even start with that. Don't even start with that, you tart. Eyes on windscreens. I see what you did there. Shut up.
Yeah, you get me on shrinkflation, don't you?
I've not said a word. But I'm just waiting. I'm just 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm at ease, mate. I'm at
You're
ease.
at ease, are you?
Yeah.
You know what really makes me laugh though?
What's that, mate?
Step 1 is build this for everything. And it shows you gluing in the front grille.
Yeah.
Problem is, if you want to build the Wasbomb blaster jet, you have to glue the coat onto the front grille when you put the grill in.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get to be like, oh, but I've... Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, thanks, Games Workshop. That was well played. Hello, Mama Foxx. That was a bit rum, wasn't it? Because everybody... How many people have had to then manhandle their cone to get it into the hole?
Yeah.
Wow, good job I spotted that. Games Workshop. You chump.
Shoddy, innit?
Can't get the staff, you really can't. I don't know. But why would you not have the cone anyway?
You can't build it and not have the cone.
I know. This cone is required. It's all about the cone. It's all about the cone, no something.
Cone and maximum bombage.
Look at the bombularity. Yes. Right, so
You've got to have the big old laser claw, are you?
yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't even know what it is. It's a big zappity doodah thing. It doesn't have to tell me on there what it is. Zappity gun claw thing, which kind of makes landing a bit of a tricky proposition, I would have thought.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, so first of all, the most important thing I have to do is draw a cone here. Cone! Cone, you tart! Is what it says on there. I don't know.
Yeah. Does that mean you'll still forget to put it on there?
Yeah. Here's the first step you need to do for all of them, apart from the one you want to build that is the one you're building. But, you know. Oh no, actually I take it back. Steps 7. So if you just happen to look at this, you realise it starts at step 7. Okay, I'll let them off.
Don't tell me you didn't read the manual properly.
I didn't read the tiny little thing down here that's all in silly words and stuff. Nonsense. It's still rubbish. They're still tarts.
So, note to Games Workshop, you need to make your manuals Foxx-proof.
Tesla was wrong. Now, there's a confident statement, says Darren Edmonds. Absolutely. Foxx manhandling his code into the hole, an image I really don't want while eating, says Panzer. Panzer just knows, says Muse.
Yeah.
You can't handle that kind of image.
No, it's burnt on the retinas, that's it, mate, you're done.
You can't handle the truth now.
Yeah.
Remember, a fox isn't just for Christmas. A fox is for life.
Panzer's now sat there going, my eyes, I'm blinded.
The goggles, they do nothing. Excuse me. Right, so we need the radiator grill. Grille de radiateur. Did you paint the swirly thing on the grill?
Yes.
How did you paint the swirly thing? Did you spin it round or something? No, I mean, did you do some spinning of some sort, or did you just free-handed it?
I free-handed it, mate.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
What? It's not great.
It looks great. It looks like a swirly.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's free-handed.
Because I know if I freehand it, it'll just look all skew-whiff and not
Yeah.
lined up properly, and I'll just end up burning the whole thing in a pit.
Yeah.
Because that's the way Foxx do.
Yeah, that was free-handed. Isn't it amazing? So you could just lean over now and go, oh, what, this one? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Muse says, this is where I make the magnifying glass comments.
Yeah, good girl. Well pointed out, Muse.
More like wide-angle lens. Yeah. I don't know. Can't get the staff. I'm not coming here again.
Oh, lamekins.
I'm pruning me cone. Shut up. Dee. So what else can we talk about? What else have been going? Oh, we're going to make Mama Foxx a brew. Right, give me 5 minutes, folks. I shall go make Mama Foxx a brew.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Shall I put it on the back in a minute, just in case I fall out and people get a white screen?
Yeah, all right, then
You
do
can go and
that.
have a wander
Yeah.
for 5 minutes as well.
Yeah, I'll go and make a brew then.
Yeah,
all right,
I'll put
mate.
it on back in a minute, folks. I'll only be 5 or 10 minutes. Don't panic. I shall be back shortly. Bye! And we're back. Hello, we're welcome back. Yes, well, Mama Foxx had been very good. She made herself a brew. So I made myself a brew instead. So we shall, I'll turn Colin's microphone off for him just in case he's doing anything noisy. There you go. So, yes, welcome back. Sorry about that. Let's have a quick look at chat. It's an age-related comment, says Panzercat. Yes. During this technical pause, you can choose to make a brew or point your cone at the porcelain. Steady now. How about a beer break, says Darren. Ooh, not a beer for ages. You may even drown a soylent green Bieber. Soda break. I don't drink, says Paul Di Tommaso. I don't really drink that much anymore anyway. I haven't had a beer in months. But I was never a big drinker anyway. Not really. When I was younger, I used to go to the pub with my friends, but them days are gone now. I'm not that young anymore. Now, I can't really keep his microphone muted because he won't know when he comes back, and just hope he doesn't do anything too loud and embarrassing in the background while I'm back. Like, don't do any big parping, Colin. I don't know. Right, so we're going to get these little nubs filed away. Now, I could just do this with a knife here, but you know what? This is going to be inside. And I might as well just do it with a file. It's a lot faster. You're not going to see these edges, because these are the contact edges anyway. I can hear things happening in the background. Trying to think of what else I can talk about. I've not done a lot of work on that Imperial Knight this week, sadly. Not had a lot of chance. But I say I have got it primed. I've got the base colour down on the frame. Technically, if it was a gunpla, it would be an inner frame. And on the metal part. So basically, I'm filming that this week. It's going to be lots of just base colour painting and then weathering. It's a simple paint job. That's the thing with Imperial Knights. They can be quite a simple paint job. It's not actually that complex. It's a bit like a Millennium and Falconum. Paint jobs don't need to be that complex. The only difficulty with... I've not even plugged my earphones in, have I? Oh yes, I have. The only problem with the Canis Rex one is, of course, it's not just got the standard bare metal frame. It's all this special dark colour, which introduces a few extra steps to the process. You can't just paint it lead belcher and put a wash on it. So, yeah. Welcome back, Captain. He's not plugged in yet. Oh, look at that. That looks like bigly food to me. Ooh. I'm starving. My stomach's rumbling. Ooh.
Cool, that was quick.
Well, she'd made herself a brew.
Oh, wow. Good
I
girl.
know, although she hadn't eaten all the banana butties and she'd left the 2 donuts. So, yeah. But hey. So, yeah, she made herself a brew, so I just made myself a brew instead.
God bless her.
Yeah. So I've been sat here for a few minutes, hoping really bigly that you didn't make any embarrassing noises in the background. Because I turned your microphone off and then I thought I won't know when you come back because I won't hear you, so you'll be sitting there not knowing you've been muted. So I thought I'll have to just leave the mic open, but please don't do a big poop or something in there.
Yeah, me making noises. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do a TK. Yeah, so what are you eating? Tell me. It looks like enormous. Oh, good God, look at the size of that. Oh.
Ham with salad and salad cream.
I'm starving, Marvin. I'm absolutely my stomach is like painfully starving.
No, I thought I'd better have something to eat.
Yeah, it's the best. You know you needed to do it. That's right, Foxx. Blame Colin on your parpage. I didn't parp. I made no rude noises.
I don't mind. 9 times out of 10, it's normally me anyway.
Yeah. If it's obvious, it's usually me. If it's not obvious, if it
Absolutely.
goes, if it doesn't get a preamble like saying, "Hey, listen to this," then it's Colin, because he tries to hide it as a chair squeak, and I'm like, "Was that your bottom?" Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at me.
Oh. Do you know it's still Carry On films on ITV3?
You're joking.
No,
What, from Easter?
Yeah, Mama Fox is downstairs and she's on her iPad, but she's still got Carry On films going on in the back. She's like, really? Do they really just send all their staff away for a week? And wow, it's tedious rubbish. My stomach's making funny noises now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it's because it's when you put your wraps on the table before you sat down, they filled up half your screen and they look like the size of a dinner plate. And I'm like, oh
bless. Didn't you make yourself something to eat quick?
Nah, I've got a cup of tea. The only thing that I could find to eat quick was the big box full of donuts, but that'll just kill my teeth because they're sugary. So I'll have to wait a bit. There's also some racks of sushi, but I'll be fine. Right, I need to glue some things together. Apply this to this. Okay.
Well, better do some grub because I take a metformin and you've got to have them with food. So.
Yeah. Good girl. How's this supposed to fit? Is this supposed to fit? Which way? That way? That way. Do, 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 do.
I know, what with all this pimpage and doing my own food and all of that lot, it's a new festa, mate.
I know. It's a new festa for a new era. You never have it so good. As Harold Macmillan might say.
Cool, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah. You never had it so good. With his little pipe and his glasses.
Yeah.
No, he didn't have glasses. That was. Did he? That was
He
the other
wore
guy.
glasses in the end, but he wouldn't wear them. You're thinking of Attlee, aren't you?
No, Attlee was before my time. Who had the little square glasses? It wasn't Macmillan. There was Macmillan.
James Callahan.
Callahan, that's it. James Callahan.
Yeah.
Because it was Macmillan. There was Ted Heath. Was Ted Heath after Callahan?
Yeah, you had Heath, Wilson, Callahan, wasn't it?
That's it. Heath, Wilson, Callahan. For those that don't know, we're talking about British Prime Ministers in the 1970s. You've never had it so good. I'm not going to glue that nose cone on because I'm not confident exactly where it needs to fit. So I'm going to leave it until I get both.
It's one of those where
halves.
you'd want to dry fit it to the fuselage.
Flu.
I think that's all I did with mine. I think I used a bit of contact to clear the old piece in the fuselage, then quickly put the cone in, let it set, and then pop the piece back out.
Put your cone in! I think it is actually naturally sits in the middle, but I want to make sure I've got it the right way around. And then I'll dry fit it. But why would you not want the big pointy cone? Why would you? I mean, of course, the problem with that is it's a cone that isn't on a turbine, which doesn't actually make any sense.
Yeah, but it's Ork.
Yeah, because it's a cone on top of a radiator and covers most of it up, which makes...
They think it spins, see?
Yeah. Even though they haven't actually...
It thinks it does it, it's going to do it, isn't it?
You got this turbine cone, yeah? There's no turbine. Yeah, it still works. Okay. Fox, would you like a chocolate chip cookie? Oh, wait, no, sorry, I've eaten them all, says Panzer Cat. That's harsh.
Brutal.
That was harsh. I got a little bit of toothache today, so no donuts for Vader. Probably because I ate a load of donuts yesterday, to be perfectly honest.
I've been really good. I haven't had the pliers on that too for ages.
Have you not? No. Good girl. See, I don't get how you can have the pliers on that tooth for so long and it's not come out, because if I did that just once, my entire jaw would break and everything would fall out.
Because there's not an awful lot of it left.
Yeah, but you've been manhandling it for years and it's not actually come out.
Yeah, no, it keeps... It had an abscess under it years ago.
A what?
Abscess.
An abscess.
And, yeah, you're not going to pick me up on how I said that, are
No,
you?
I thought you said abscess, and I'm like, what's an abscess? I misheard you.
But, yeah, it's... so I reckon there was a little pocket that formed, and it's snagged itself round the root because it just seems to cling on for dear life.
Cling on. Kapla.
You get it out so far, and then it just springs straight back in the hole.
I'm going to stop listening now. I'm going to tell my brain to stop.
I've deliberately left it alone now.
I'm telling my brain to stop processing words about teeth springing in and out because it might be doing somersaults.
Not only that, it gets inspected on a regular basis. So
yeah. The roll call, parade.
Yeah.
Stand by your bed. Stand by your gums.
Show me. No. Show me. No. All been good.
Like, it's like trying to give a dog a pill, isn't it? Just like trying to hold the mouth open, force it between the teeth.
You've been at it again. No, there's less of it than there was the last time I looked. No, it just naturally has fallen and eroded.
And you've got pliers in your hand.
Yeah,
And they've got
that's the
blood on
last
them.
one I tried. Natural erosion.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that, pardon me, I thought that sounded very plausible.
Was her response, what are you, a coastline?
Her response isn't broadcastable.
Ah, it's the correct response then.
Yeah.
You are your own worst enemy, aren't you, really?
Yeah, the tea towel went from being over her arm to flicked at me.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Is that the tea towel with the frozen sausages in it?
Yeah, it's just like, really?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's...
what?
Darren Edmund says, that's not a bad sized cone. Well, thank you very much. You're very kind. I take all compliments as much as possible.
Conularity, mate. You like that cone, don't you?
I like cones. So I want this one needs to go like that, and then this one has to have the little notch. See, it shows you the cone there. And if you look really, 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 really hard, you can just about see the little notch that's only on one of the inputs there.
Yeah, but if you had your magnifiers on
see.
of bigger magnification, you would have seen that clearer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's like you can just about tell. It means it tells you to put the little notch on the top, but it's not actually making it obvious. You have to really work to think which way up it goes.
Muse, I was trying to get him on the where you made the magnifying glass comments, dear.
See, now I know I saw that comment. I'm aware of this comment. Notes have been taken. Oh, look, a barking dog! Shut up. Stupid hound. How has it not died yet? Oh, fudge.
That's why I used a bit of contact to clear, mate.
Yeah, but I'm just seeing if I can do it without having to... I'm not going to be able to, am I? I'm trying to be stubborn and not do that. You know what I'm like.
It's working well for you, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's going perfectly. You're just happy to sit and watch me try, though, aren't you?
I am, because my inner mock you is there.
Yeah. Alright, that can go there. You
It's like a
see?
brain surgeon, isn't you?
I am. See? Arse.
Oh, brilliant.
If I do a little contactor there, it'll just take forever. A bit of blue tack would be faster. Dee 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 dee. Shut up, dog. Stupid bloody
Is that
family.
the dog laughing at you, is it, mate?
No, it's that dog next door, but one from the neighbours I can't stand. Stupid man and his stupid metrosexual beard. Stupid Volkswagen campers.
Oh, is he a neckbeard, is he?
No, he's just got one of them stupid, like... He's like, you know, you get men that wear beards. And then you get men that wear beards and it's kind of a Ponzi Posy beard. And it's all too neat and tidy, and it's like, really? That's not a beard. And, and it looks like it's painted on. He's one of them. He's one of them.
Been beard-scaped.
Yeah, Ponzi middle-class nonsense. He's also very annoying, and I can't stand them anyway.
It's not one of those Jeremy Beadle beards, is it?
No, he's like one of them, literally trying to be a bit of a hipster Ponzi. It's far too neat to be an actual man's beard. Looks like they've just airbrushed it on. He's basically a tube anyway. He's the one that whinged because I burnt some paper in the back garden once, even though they have a log burner that puts out smoke all through the winter and autumn. But I wasn't allowed to, burn some paper in my garden for 20 minutes once a year.
Muse says there is nothing wrong with proper grooming.
Yeah, I know. I can't really explain it very well, but there's two types of beard. There's a beard that looks like a man with a beard, and there's a beard that looks like some poser trying to look cool. And he's a barista or something, and it's just like, no, you look like a spoon. Don't grow a beard. There's people that shouldn't have beards. I can't really explain it very well in words that make sense. But there are some men that shouldn't have beards. It's the kind of people that have a beard and then they wear like skinny tight jeans. Skinny black jeans that are like tight at the ankle, and it's like, really, just please don't ever go outside again. This is vexing me. Why are you no fit?
Is it mocking you, mate?
Yes. And I can't stand them anyway. They've got like 2 Volkswagen camper vans. Why do you need 2 camper vans? There's a man, a woman and a child. And a stupid dog. Just need to go away.
That sounds like a good wibble we got going here, doesn't it?
Can't stand them. Vapid little family. I don't know. Brrr. Blah, 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 blah.
The modern day Griswolds.
Yeah. There's chuds. And for Christ's sake, they call their dog Will. I mean, what kind of name is that for a dog? Will.
Well, I called mine Gary.
Yeah, but that's funny. Will isn't even a funny name. It's just a stupid name. It's like calling it, I don't know, Paul. It's not even amusing. I don't know. Because the dog Will. Kind of more. Ah, this is not fitting properly. Why are you no fit? It fits on that side.
Breakdown alert. Breakdown alert.
No,
breakdown alert.
No, not at all. I'm just trying to figure out why it won't stay in place, like a good boy. Dee-dee-dee-dee. It fits on one side, but not on the other. Dee-dee-dee. What are you doing? What are you doing? You still eating?
No, I've finished my food. I am just building up the really gnarly, horrible scenes that they have in every single wheel.
Oh yeah. It is the law. It is the order of things.
So I tend to build them up a bit more than they needed and then sand them back down again.
Gnarly wheel seams. Wasn't he the lead singer in some 1970s prog rock groups?
Perhaps that's the name of their dog. Gnarly wheel seams. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Okay, that's that's weird. If you put the grill in from that side first, it doesn't fit properly on that side. But if you put it from that side first, it fits perfectly.
Yeah, that's just not on. That's just deliberately messing with you.
That's just weird because like you've got a little lip it has to sit in front of, but if you do it from that side, it sits behind it. It's like what? That makes literally no sense. Right, let's just put the cone on, which I can't do now because it's. I need to take that off again. So that's supposed to go like that there. Put that on loosely goosely.
Yep. Put that on there like that. Let's just do that.
Yeah, it fits, whatever. Screw it.
Panzer says a proper beard should look like you have eaten a bear and left the arse hanging out.
Yeah.
Darren Edmonds says crap beard and waxed balls. Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that. But no, it's a proper hipster beard. It's all far too neat and curated for an actual beard. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Dave says, warning, incoming Foxx Wibble. Yeah, Dave.
No
Paul
wibblage
D.
required.
Paul D. Tommaso says, oi, nothing wrong with the name Paul.
I was trying to think of a name that I could use in that statement. It's like calling your dog Trevor or just Peter or John. It's not a dog name. It's just a vapid. It's for an animal. For a dog, it's like I can't think of what to call my animal. I'll just call it. You know.
Gary.
No, Gary works because Gary's got humour to it. Gary's a funny name.
Gary actually looks just like my uncle. Conveniently, also called Gary.
This is my dog Mark. Or it's not a comedy name. It's just a name. It's like.
You can have that.
I have that. I'll have that.
Look at me.
I'll have that, Tony. I'll have that.
Yeah, hello there, Tony.
I shall write my barber.
Right, so that'd be the front wheels.
The sooner they sell that house and move away, that'd be great. Thanks.
That'll make your day, wouldn't it?
I'd be more than happy.
You really don't like them, do you, mate?
No, it's the rudeness of being on this street for 5 minutes and thinking they can tell me what I can and can't do when I've lived here for like 50 years. It's like,
oh, really?
No.
They're one of those, are they?
Yeah, you can't burn that paper in your garden. You've been here for 5 minutes. How about you shut up?
Yeah, how about, yeah.
I thought afterwards, because I thought I should just turn around and said, you've got a wood burning heater in your house that puts out smoke for half of the year. How about you shut up? Because I'm burning paper for like an hour once a year.
Yeah.
Shut up. Goodbye. Go away. Middle class pont. Fuzzy little peach man.
Yeah. The world is full of do-gooders. You can't have a bonfire. Okay, why do they sell bonfires in garden centres?
Well, I wouldn't say it was a do-gooder, but it's something that begins with a D.
Yeah.
You could end up with worse neighbours, Foxy. You could. We've been very lucky over the years. Often with them. They're just annoying.
Oh, don't ever change.
Silly bee and the silly dog.
Ah, they're good wibble.
Good wibble that was. I feel much better now.
You do, didn't you?
It took my mind off being really, really hungry, but now I'm thinking about being really, really hungry again. Oh well.
Yeah.
Part number 81, which could be anywhere on any sprue.
So that window you cranked open earlier that he's probably stood under going, I can't believe he thinks we're idiots.
Nah, it's house on it. It's next door but one.
Yeah.
And if they did hear it, I don't care.
Unfortunately, we all get neighbours like that in the street, mate.
I'm sure they're very nice, but I just don't mind them.
You go, I think you'll find. Yeah, I think you find that the next statement ends with off.
Yeah. Listen, mister, I've got 2 camper vans.
Yeah. Don't let the door smack you on the arse on your way out.
Yeah. Dee 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 dee.
I have you know.
Oh, how do you know?
I consulted the local council bylaws and...
No, I must admit, I did look up the rules.
Yeah.
And you aren't supposed to burn rubbish in your garden. So it wasn't wrong, but that's not the point. You're allowed to burn a small amount of garden rubbish, it says.
Yeah.
But, just occasionally.
Yeah, not every night.
No. So burning papers... That just means next time I say, I am burning a small amount of garden rubbish as per the ordinances laid out by the local council. So sure, it didn't smell like paper. I don't care what it smells like. Your dog doesn't sound like a dog, but yeah.
I think you're fine though. Most people have a bonfire. So you can't have a bonfire, but you can have a barbecue.
Yeah. And you can have a wood burner in your house that pumps out smoke all day long.
Basically, to light your barbecue, you use all the stuff that you was going to burn with a bonfire. There you go, I'm having a barbecue.
Oh yeah. But it's a George Foreman, not the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, have a barbecue. Oh yeah, get yourself a cheap barbecue, just put all the paper on it. Oh yeah, that's an idea.
See?
I'm having a barbecue.
Yeah. I think you'll find, it's a barbecue, mate. Can't you see it? Look, briquettes and shit.
Well, it's December. And?
Yeah. And?
Now, luckily they can't see that much over the fence.
Yeah.
Wind it in.
Absolutely.
Chumps. Middle class nonsense. Move into this street. They've been living here 5 minutes. And
I live here 5 minutes and think they can tell me what to do.
No. I'm old guard, mate.
Yeah. Old school, moving into my manor.
Try to lay down the law, which is alright, it might be the law, but that's not the point.
Did you do the full pigeon head bit when they started? When you're like, I have you know.
No, it caught me off guard. I was like, what are you doing? I'm burning papers. It's not like paper, it's paper.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. Because I wasn't prepared, so I wasn't actually in combat mode. It was rubbish. But seriously, their dog needs to just drop off the twig because it's just annoying.
You can't help it on its way then, no?
Yeah, not legally.
No. Allegedly, of course.
That's the other thing that makes them annoying. They're the kind of people that have a dog that goes in the garden and barks all day, but at no point do they open the window and say, shut up.
Yeah.
They just do nothing. It's like, can they either not hear? Can they not hear it? It's like, oh. It's like I sit here just fuming quietly every time it barks. It's like, do they not get annoyed by their own dog, or are they just idiots?
Yeah.
And it's like, they can be in the garden with the dog, and the dog's going, and it's like, and they're not saying. It's like, how are you not? You're closer to it than I am.
Yeah.
I've got double glazing between me and that little yappy thing. How are you not? How did evolution get us to that point? I don't know.
Just as well it's not got under your skin, mate, because I could imagine how annoyed you'd be if you really wanted a wibble about it.
If I was really, I'd never shut up about it, would I, if that was the case? What if your papers identifies literature and not rubbish? Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't. Fox, when your neighbour tells you can't do that, your immediate reply should be, sit back and watch me, fudger.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Rolling up sleeves.
Yeah.
Need to go and lie down for a bit. Take care all, says Paul to Master. Take care, Paul. Thanks for coming in.
See you later, Paul. You take care, mate.
what I'll do, I'll say, really, is that the case? Because what basically I've got is I've got my Time Team mug, so stuff up and I'll burn my paper whenever I want to. Thank you very much. You lay down the law and I'll sit here drinking it from my Time Team mug. Mr. Neighbour with the yappity dog that hasn't been hit by an anvil yet. Hello, is that Dave's Piano Company? I have a piano delivery for you, but can you deliver it from about 30 foot? To a specific...
I have this grand piano I need to drop.
Yeah. Hi, is that Dave's violins? Sorry, Dave's anvils.
Yeah.
Scale Model Muse, they ticket people here for that.
Oh,
well,
really?
Welcome to the Sunday Wibble Show, says the Bobbins.
Yeah.
Right, so that needs to go... I've actually forgotten how you build these things. It's been a while now. That goes in there like that, you see? Like that, you see? There I say. Like that. Yes, lovely. I'm not going to clean up the nubs on this because there's no point doing that yet. That's weird.
You're having fun there, mate, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, the fun of the fair. Fair fun. You know what I mean? Get your handles here.
Folk handles. Handles for folks.
How many for a pound?
4.
How
4
many
for a pound, because it's 4 handles.
How many for £4?
5.
How many for £6?
2.
How many for free?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Because you don't get nothing for free, not in this world.
You don't get nothing. What, you mean you have to pay for nothing as well?
Absolutely.
You don't get nothing for free, you see what I mean?
You pay a surcharge, see?
You don't get nothing for free. I don't want nothing.
Yeah. That'll be a pound then.
Right, I'm going to glue these two halves together now.
Oh, you're good.
I've not cleaned up the knobs because I'll do that later when they're all glued together. There's no point doing that bit first. Gentlemen, do that bit first.
Yeah, it's like the seam, innit? It's like, yeah, get rid of the bulk of the seam when the engine halves together and
Yeah, well, you want to keep the rounditude, don't you?
Absolutely.
These are things we have learned in our many years of being man-children.
Learning things.
See, it pays to be a man-child.
Absolutely, I love being 12 and a half.
Once I was a child and I did childish things. Then I became a man and I did childish things.
Yeah. I tried being an adult and after 20 minutes I got bored.
Yeah. I became a man and you thought I'd stop that childish stuff? Yeah, welcome to my world, bitch.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
My H normally stands there, looks up at the ceiling and goes, why me? Why did I get the broken one?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Can I get a refund?
Yeah.
Did she keep the receipt?
No, she didn't.
It's tough shit then, isn't it?
Yeah, she gave me the receipt to look after and I might have lost it.
She's SOL in that case, isn't she?
Absolutely, mate.
You keep the receipt? No. Oh, never mind, eh?
I sit there and go, you wouldn't have me any other way. Mature, she said, would be a nice way. And I'm like, yeah.
You and whose army?
Yeah, mature, she thinks, yeah. Right.
Why I order?
No chance of that.
Mature? Don't even know the meaning of the word. No, seriously, I don't. Was it? No, I can't remember how I did this the last time I built one of these.
Is it mugging you up, mate?
No, I'm just trying to remember how I did it. Oh, there we go. How I applied the gluage. That goes in there, but it's a bit short. Never mind, it's good enough.
Hey, mate, at least you got a cone on there.
You're a cone.
Absolutely, I love being a cone, mate.
You're made of cones, you are.
I am. They call me Conan.
Conan the Cannon.
Conan the Cunning.
I need my big tape, don't I? Big tape.
Tape of bigness.
I do know a lot of this likes to get covered up by stuff, but which is one good thing, I suppose.
But are you bothered?
I'm face bothered. In fact, I'm not going to use that tape. I'm going to use thin tape. Oh, bits falling off. Thin tape with an F. You know what I mean?
Yep. Capital Fin.
Oh, start that bit again.
Is it mocking you again?
It twisted. It twisted and I shall have it. It mocks me. It tasks me and I shall have it. Round perdition's flames. Bendaho.
Ah, right, yeah, I was right.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I was just double checking my destructions at the wheels because there's some differences on them and I wanted to make sure that I didn't get them muddled.
We should celebrate all our differences. Oh, brush isn't long enough. Oh, I have to...
Oh, I love it. I love it when you're... I love it when you're building because you are that person when you're building that you just hate on every aspect of it.
No, I'm not hating it. I'm gonna sacrifice a little brush of happiness. These are the little makeup brushes that Kenneth sent me all those years ago. But they're great for things like glue into small places, you see.
There you go.
I'm a glue. How do you do? La 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 la.
I saw what you did there.
Do you see what I did there? You're impressed, weren't you?
I was actually very impressed. Right, let's cut them off.
I have been known to be impressive from time to time.
Shh, don't tell everyone.
From a certain point of view. My only fear about putting tape around things like this is that sometimes you do that and the tape gets onto the bit that you've glued and you get that glimpy texture. You have to then fart about cleaning it up.
Yeah, out with the sanding sticks again.
Yeah, but luckily, if I remember rightly on this puppy, it's so minimal and it does go together so beautifully that you don't really have to worry about that too much.
It is one of their better ones, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's quite an old kit as well, so... But it does go together like a glove.
New, yeah. I thought it was one of their newer ones. Oh, I didn't know that.
No. I mean, it's not old, but it's not, you know, I think it's like early 2010s, I think, or something. 2007 or 8 or something, I can't remember now. But it does go together very nicely.
Yeah.
It's quite funny that it actually puts to shame a lot of the traditional aircraft model makers' kits.
Yeah.
Some manufacturers could take note.
Oh, I wonder who you mean.
I have no idea who you mean. I can't imagine who you think I mean.
Between the letters Q and S.
Orks.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. So we can get this one back. So I can be a bit generous with the glue because a lot of this is either the engine, silvery engine parts, which are going to get sanded a bit anyway, and they'll have dirt and grime on them, or they're kind of hidden under bits that go on top, or it's such a finely moulded gap that squeezing out the glue between them is enough to fill the gap.
Fill it out.
Yeah, basically. You do end up with some spong on the gap, but not much you can do about that, really.
Again, battle damage.
I don't know what spong means.
You're a spong.
You're made of spong. Deep sea spong.
Yeah. Spong.
Shrimps, they are the idiots of the sea. See that? I've only got tape there and there, but this bit together is pushed together so nicely that it's just the glue's plurped out and it's fine. Not a problem. Will be easily sanded away to make it look beautiful. Beautiful. And we have the gluing together. Now, when I did this on the first one, I forgot to put the cone in, didn't I? And I had to then kind of hack
That's right, you had to pry it apart, didn't you?
No, what I had to do was hack the cone to fit in. I had to sand and hack and cut the bottom bit off to make it so that the bit that was too wide to go in the gap was gone. And miraculously pulled a blinder. And it all came...
How on earth did you manage that?
I don't know. Well, I realised that at some point the cone would be big enough to go between the two sides, so I just had to cut that bit off. I got my saw out and everything, don't you remember? I saw the bottom.
I'd have to re-watch it, mate.
I wouldn't, because you'll be so unbelieved that you might actually fall over.
No, that may not take mine into the garden and burn it.
Yeah, I actually had to saw. You'd be more shocked and surprised at me doing sawing and you know...
Proper scratch buildery techniques.
Yeah, fudging and stuff. Because you've got the cone like that, and then there's the mouth here. So at this point, it's wide enough to go in afterwards. At this point, so I just cut that bit off and then.
You're good.
Yeah. I know. I'm damn fine. It's not really an impressive thing at all I did. It was very simple and basic. You would have done it whilst even still asleep.
Yeah, but for you, it's good.
For me, it was El Miracoloso.
Yeah, it's baby steps, mate. I'm impressed, mate.
Well, idiot steps, let's say. Maybe not baby steps. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, Kenneth sent me these little makeup brushes. Somebody was asking about makeup brushes the other day for stuff.
Yeah.
And I was saying about like makeup sponge applicators for eyeshadow. They're great for your Tamiya pastels and things.
Yeah.
But if you can get little disposable makeup brushes, they're great for things like this where I've got to get a long brush for glue, but I don't want to destroy one of my old paint brushes.
Yeah.
So this is great. I can just quickly whiz it around, and once I've finished with it, it'll be ruined because it's had glue on it. So I don't need to worry about that. And in about an hour's time, I can come along and I can get me Citadel seam line tool and clean that up.
Scrape it away.
And it'll be perfect.
Perfect.
Because the seam line tool will keep it all smooth and flat. All shrimps, I'll say that again, all shrimps except the pistol shrimp. Yeah, the pistol shrimp gets a special exception from being an idiot of the sea. Because it's the loudest living creature on Earth. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
The pistol shrimp is the loudest the loudest living organism in the world is the pistol shrimp. It's about that big. And it's got a claw that goes snap.
Oh, right, yeah.
But when it snaps, it's so fast that it cavitates the water. Gas gets trapped. You get cavitation of bubbles, and the sound of it travels faster than the speed of sound.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it actually creates a small sound barrier. Like it breaks the sound barrier when it does that.
Oh, so you get a sonic boom.
Yeah. So it's literally it goes boom like that, and to us it sounds like. But it's actually something like 200 something decibels, and it uses that to stun fish that it then eats. So it doesn't attack the fish with its claw; it just goes snap, and they go, "Oi, you bugger!"
Bit like letting off a percussion grenade, almost.
Yeah. I was going to say it's like walking around with a flashbang in it, basically.
Yeah.
Mature audiences, that rules us out.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about? Let's go back up a little bit. Dropping anvils and pianos sounds like Foxx is turning into a coyote. Oh yeah. Time to go adult for a bit later on, says Muse. Take care, Muse.
Take care, Muse. My there you go, love.
Mature, isn't that term applied to cheese and not us men? Let's play today's game of cheese or font.
I see what you did there.
Anna McLeish says it's also an adult entertainment category, not that I know of such things, and also a phrase used to describe the aging of alcohol, which you do know about, says Panzer Cat. Spong, says Anna McLeish. To quote Chris at Gross Models, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
It goes bang under the water. There we go. To date with the chat, look at that.
I know, proper profession, mate.
I know. Swig of tea. We'll call it quits in a bit. 7 o'clock.
Quite ain't, is it?
Yeah. Go for a little bit longer.
Wow.
The next step for me is getting that knife back. Excitement. I think I'll put a clamp on that tailplane part because
You're a clamp.
you're made of clamps, you are. See that clamp? That's you, Dace.
Oh, big clamp.
Hey. Don't incur the wrath of Big Clamp.
Yeah, big clampy.
They'll have you dying in mysterious. If you try and cross Big Clamp, it's like Big Oil. You know, you can't cross Big Clamp. They'll make you disappear. Ooh, there's a blackbird outside shouting at me.
Yeah, swig of tea.
I like blackbirds. It's doing that shouty blackbird thing where it goes beep, 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 beep. Little laser pew pew noises. Ooh, that was rubbish.
It was as lame as that lady puff you dropped on the frolic, mate. Oh my god.
Like that, you mean? I was stood there waiting for you to stop talking. I was like, please stop talking, it's going to go away. Ooh. Ooh.
You suffer your punishment.
Yeah, there is punishment to be had. I'm not going to deny it. No fate but what we make. Do. And the cliches, arse trumpets. Yeah. 5 and 6 and 32. 5 and 6 and 32. Sounds biblical. 5 and 6 and 32.
So we know that works. So we can leave that on there until that's gone off proper.
I can do 82 because that's a nice simple. Well, actually, no, I can't yet because I've got to clean the mould lines. 5 and 6 and 32.
Get your clean mould lines here, folks. Break
Free
the
for
pan.
Don't know what to have for dinner. I don't know what to have.
You're not tempted by a takeaway then, no?
No, there's a lot of sushi in the fridge. Tesco sushi. That I got yesterday from our Foxx. I'm sure it'll still be edible a day later. Although she's having some for her dinner, I suspect, so...
Oh, is she? No.
Yeah, she likes sushi. 32. Get your 32 here. Now, when I made this the first time, I ponced about with like different bits of the engine block removed, separate for painting, but I'm not going to bother with that this time. I just get the damn thing on and glue it and paint it. It's not that hard.
Ain't that hard.
Ain't that hard. Look at that. I love that grill intake there. That's, oh, look at that. The sort of,
it's brilliant, isn't it?
The sort of louvered, oh.
Yeah. They got that so right when they moulded that.
Yeah. It's just spot on. And I think on this one I might have all the air brakes and things closed because it saves me having to A, glue them on and not break them off, and B, paint the interiors.
Oh, you're good. Forward thinking, and mate, I'm so impressed with you.
Although I think the ones on the wings, I think they're supposed to be open a bit, but the ones down the back, down the back. You know what I could do? Ooh, I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know if you get enough parts, but what I could do is have... Oh no, it's got the split tailplane, hasn't it? That's true. Maybe not. Never mind, moving on. When I do my tabletop trauma centre Dakar jet though... Oh, I've just realised. When I get round to doing my tabletop trauma centre WASBomb Dakar jet, I'm going to have 2 lots of WASBomb Dakar jet spares.
Yeah.
I can have like 5 wings on it. Oh!
Biplane.
No, I can't really do that. But because I thought, well, I've got a spare tailplane in one of the thing I can cobble, because it's a real basic one that's got no tailplanes on it. I'm like, I need to add stuff to it. So I'll have all the spare bits from all, because I've got 2 of these now.
Oh, I've just realised.
What's that?
Yeah.
You're gonna have loads of spare bits as well.
I've got another one of these to build, ain't I?
You've got the one in the thingy set.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, yeah.
I could do the biplane.
Well,
because I've got one already built next to me that I'm going to rework. So I might as well biplane it.
Hang on, so you've got 3 or 2?
I've got 2.
All right, okay. I thought you meant you had a 3rd one. I didn't know about. Ooh, so you can just like disassemble the one you spent all that time building and painting and.
No.
Or you mean add to that one?
Yeah, add to that one.
Ooh.
The biplane bits. Yeah.
Ooh, you could do, because you get the whole extra wings.
Because I've got another idea for then the fuselage.
Ooh, you could do like that thing in Terrorhawks where there's the fuselage on the wing and then there's another fuselage underneath.
There may be additional fuselage bits.
Ooh, yeah. Like you take that bit of fuselage and put the wings on it and then put it on top of the other one with the Ooh. And then you give it a crow's nest and a snowplow. Legs.
So, yeah, that. AT-AT legs.
Ooh. That's a hell of a gear walk mode. And everyone's day has been made, Fox Pop, it says Panzer Cat. I do want people to tell me if you don't like me doing Trumps and things, I won't. I just find them funny, so if I've got a Trump building up, I'll do it on the stream. But if you think it's silly and I shouldn't do it, I won't do it. But I love Trumps. I think they're hilarious, and I like to share the hilarity. I just misread the label of my chili biltong. It has Save the Rhino badge on the top left, and I thought it said Made with Rhino. Says Andy McLeish. I don't know what biltong is.
Yeah, but you are an inner child, mate. And trumping is still funny. It's like an armpit trump, innit?
Yeah. Andy McLeish says, biplane, bi-winged Ork Red Baron. Oh, if you did a biplane, would you have to repaint it red?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make the biplane wing or magneted so you can take it off for painting and then snap it back on.
Exactly.
Oh.
See,
well, I know.
I know. So don't go giving Fester ideas on a Sunday stream.
I didn't. That was your idea. I didn't. That was just me talking, and you planted that in your own brain.
Hold up a minute, mister.
Yeah.
Put a Millennium Falcon radar on your Ork truck. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I gave you that idea, but this one about the biplane, that was all your own work, that one.
Yeah, but biplane, it works, doesn't it?
I want to do a biplane and all now. Yeah, it's what to put between in the middle there, because the wings by themselves won't go all the way to the middle, so you'd have to put something in the middle there to join them up.
Absolutely.
So that's where you get your Ork truck, you see.
Yeah, but that's where you get your scratch building prowess, isn't it?
Yes, that's where you get an entire TIE fighter, and you get a snow speeder, turn it into some kind of Ork.
Do it as an X-wing.
Ooh, hey.
That's got your thinking.
None of
now,
this is coming from me. Can I just say this is all your own work? This is truly impressive, but also.
See, this is what happens. This is the world of me, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Welcome to Colin's world.
Yeah, welcome to my world of buying Warhammer kits and ruining them.
Yeah. Like when he gets a kit and it says contains 500 parts, he's like, yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when it goes, you have an option to build 3 variants. No, I don't. I have the option to put all of these on a single variant.
Yeah, that's not an option, it's a guide. It's a target.
You know, that's just a set of guidelines.
Yeah, that's not options, that's steps.
So, yeah.
Right. I'm not going to sand those till they're glued together.
I like the sound of either a biplane or an X-wing.
You're liking that, aren't you?
Yeah. What do you think, folks? Do you think I should convert it to an X-wing stroke biplane?
See, I think the challenge for you in the coming future should be that the chat needs to basically decide, not now, obviously, but in the months to come.
Yeah.
That you need to make a walker like an AT-AT, a Warhammer walker, but out of the least walker-like thing that you can. So don't make a walker out of something that's already a walker anyway. Like scratch build an AT-AT out of like a boat or a plane or something that literally isn't any kind of walking AT-AT type thing. Well, it's like saying you've got to make a boat out of a car, or you've got to make a plane out of a ladder, or something. You know, rather than making a plane out of a plane. That's your challenge, maybe.
Got to be done, innit? Chat's saying, got to do both, got to do both, got to do both.
What? What you could do? Hey, if you go in the Boom Hut, somebody this morning, I think, or yesterday, posted up a link to 3D printing files for an Imperial Knight.
Oh, right, yeah.
For an Imperial Knight Emperor. The reason I suggest that to you is, A, it's got legs.
Yeah.
And B, it's free.
Ooh.
So if you're going to make a scratch-built walker, download that and print off some of the legs. You can then scratch-build the joints to make them look quite cool. It's completely free. It's Imperial Knight size, so it's basically...
I thought that would go against your copyright.
No,
ethos.
it's he's giving it away for free. He's not selling it. He puts a thing on there to say, please do not sell this once you've built it. And he also actually completely scratch-built it in 3D CAD.
Oh, nice.
And it's not an Imperial Knight that actually exists. So, and he puts in there, he says, if I will remove this if it's breaching any copyrights that it shouldn't do. I suppose if he was selling it, then the Games Workshop would probably have a problem. Yeah. And if it was like a reproduction of an existing kit, but it'll have legs like that.
Oh, nice.
So you get yourself that and get a few of them legs printed out. Because the one he's done, it's got like a cloak and it's holding a weapon and stuff, and you can't do that with the regular kit. So You probably couldn't play it on the tabletop either, but you wouldn't be able to play it in a Games Workshop store. But yes, you get some good legs from that and arms. So if you're doing a walker, that'd be even any of your Ork stuff. It'd be a good source for like greebles and legs. It's free.
Absolutely.
So it's a free thing. What are you doing?
I'm on the boomer.
Ah, I think it's only a couple of posts in. You'll see like a grey photograph of an Imperial Knight with a cape.
Yeah.
Holding a big hammer. Excuse me. So yeah, he kind of gets away with it because it's not a kit you can buy. It is an Imperial Knight, but it's different to an Imperial Knight. It's not. He's not something you can buy from Games Workshop. So, and he does say I'll get rid of it, and he's not selling it.
Oh, bless him.
But it's nice. He says when you please don't build it and sell it. Please don't sell this on or sell the model because it's. So you don't want people to like download it and print it and make it and paint it and sell it.
Yeah.
Because that's where it'll fall foul of Games Workshop. You can't profit from their copyrights. But
yeah, exactly.
if he's giving it away free, then I suppose He said apparently he's not scanned it in from anything. He's just literally just designed it from scratch. He's quite talented. If that's the case.
Yeah, fair play to him, mate.
Ooh.
I'm still scrolling.
Scrolling can't be that far down.
I haven't seen it yet.
It should literally be one of the first few posts. Let's have a look.
I'll go back up to the top.
Let's have a look. I can't remember who posted it. In the boom hut. Doopy 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 doo in the boom hut.
First post shows a green car.
That's the one for me. There's the one about then there's a couple of grey dudes. Bell and Sebastian, whatever that thing is, gravy.
Elman's gravy.
Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Has he taken it down? Oh no, there you go. Under your thing for the Sunday brunch.
Scroll back up. Oh no, Sunday brunch is way down. Let's have a look.
Well, there's the gravy thing.
Richard Flanagan's post, since nobody makes a 30mm square 8x8 LED matrix.
Yeah, and then under that should be the Michael Klatkiewicz.
Oh, 3 weeks of fiddling, painting, noob and finding. Right, yeah. Okay.
That's the one. There's a link in the comments. I apologise.
Sexy thing.
Yeah, I apologise. I thought it was a link in the post, not in the comments. I forgot.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
My bad. It was a comment link. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, there you go. Got the link.
So I'm just thinking for you for all the sort of bits and legs and stuff.
Yeah, I understand. I'm on Colts.
There you go then. Huge success.
Dum, 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 dum.
I shall now glue this engine part together. Let us do that now, I think.
Downloaded. Done.
Yay!
Because having this sort of super fast broadband, I can do that quick, see?
That's the gratitude I get, is it? That's what I get, is it? That's the kind of thanks I get. Is that how you pay back people helping you out?
Oh, brilliant.
Remind me next time we're in the desert and you're dying of thirst, just drive on by.
It's only a 1 gigabyte file, mate. You know, it's...
That's I'd drive over your canteen and drive off, leave you to the rattlesnakes.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. I'll sign out of there now then, mate.
Cheap tart.
Oh,
I always said you're all fur and no knickers.
Absolutely. Told you, mate. I'm a cheap date.
Cheap date. The cheapest.
Couple of baby shams or a bottle of Blue Nun.
Yeah, not even fish and chips, but a packet of fish and chip crisps.
Oh, that was so funny. You're all right there, mate. You're over it now, yeah.
I'm working. I'm sanding. Shut up. What?
Oh, don't ever change, mate. Oh, please don't ever change. Oh, one of those was it? La la la. One of those la la la. I can't hear you.
La la, I can't hear you. Right, I've made a tube. Yeah, when I did this the first time, I pounced about with this so I could have this different colours, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gluing the thing on, and I'm going to paint it all metal colours.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's going to do us. I think I'll leave it there to let glue settle.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got wheels of gluage and...
gluage!
And I don't want to get too far ahead of the game, do I?
No. You want to have something to build for over the next 8 weeks. Biltong is something I think now needs to be made with rhinos, says Panzer Cat. I'm sure biltong, isn't that a kind of like animal or something? Like some kind of like deer. Fancy beef jerky.
Well, I've got to now sort of figure out how to do my X-Wing, so...
Ooh. Without messing up the paint job too much, so you have to repaint everything. Mind you, if you're going to paint it red, then you have to repaint everything.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it can always go in Dettol, can't it?
Have you got a big box full of Dettol?
Oh yeah, I've got a big parts washer that I used to use at the workshop. You know, one of those big 20-litre tin things with the pump and everything in it, and I just throw my stuff in there, switch the pump on, and it sprays Dettol on the model as well continuously.
The only thing I don't know is what Dettol will do to your clear canopy. Unless you've only glued it on with canopy glue, in which case you can peel it off.
One, it's only on with canopy glue.
Oh, there you go then.
Two, I've only got that little tiny bit of it.
Yeah.
Because I've got the dude with the floppy scarf, you know.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, if you canopy glue, you can ping it off. That's a good call, that.
But yeah...
I wouldn't risk it in Dettol, though. You never know. It might
I definitely think some form of either biplane or X-Wing.
Biplane.
Wingage. Oh. But yeah, biplane, I just think a wing right across would look pretty mint.
Oh, man. I won't have any spare wings, so I'd... So I'm thinking about my tabletop trauma centre. It's got the downward pointing wings. Ugh. And there's no tail planes. It's just a sticky up tail, which is rubbish. I think it was just built quickly in store to have on a tabletop. Because it's literally just been primed in Zandri dust, and that's it. So if you remember all the glue around the canopy and stuff, I'm dreading what it'll look like when I get the primer off. Ooh.
Yeah, it just gives me something to scratch on it because it's not really got a lot on it, that one.
I don't mind the pops or the burps, but we have at least 2 Foxx doos today. What's a Foxx poos? Foxx doos. Not a problem normally, but when I take my dogs for a walk, they always try to roll in Foxx doo. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, right.
We've got the one of Mama Fox's presents that I got her for Christmas was a replacement. We've got this like mat, this carpet that goes outside on the patio.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like almost like a wicker thing, but it's plastic. You know, it's like all black and white patterns. You just put it on top of the patio, so it's nice and warm and soft. And that's a bit battered and old, that, so I got her a new one. So I opened the patio door the other day to see what state the old one's in, because it's all been ripped up with all the storms.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of it are 2 very carefully placed poops.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, well, that's not a cat, because cats hide it.
Yeah.
That means at some point the fox has been like chilling out on our patio mat and just pooped right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Git. Except when you look out, you never see it, but... It's like, oh, I'd love to open the curtain on the patio door and just see a fox sat right there. It'd be great.
Oh, yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. He might be a cheap date, but he does have super fast broadband, says Panzer Cat. Panzer Cat, who used to be one of my patrons and providers. Do you remember when he used to come in the chat? When I used to not have him blocked?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice bloke he is, mate. Thanks, Panzer.
Used to be. and then he got blocked, unfortunately. So.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I remember when the days before he was banned. Oh.
And get back to house of life.
Do you know, I can't get the fan. I mean, I can't get the staff. Right, I think we're going to leave it there, though.
No worries.
Yes, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. We'll be back, of course, next Sunday, if all being well, with another Warhammer Sunday. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow is Monday, so it's back to E-Models Monday for me, Colin, Ted and Chris.
Absolutely,
my what's in store this week, so God knows what I'll come up with at the last minute. So that's tomorrow night on the E-Models channel. Colin's back on Wednesday with Dave for the Wednesday thing.
5:30 Wednesday on my channel.
Yep, and
that's
then
the 67s workshop.
That's the one. Then back with me on Friday for the Friday Frolic, and we're back on Sunday, of course. At some point, Colin will do some Skyrim.
Yes,
Don't know when
yes, it will happen. I want to get my man cave move all finished, and then I'll have a bit of time I can expend with some game streaming. Folks.
Gentlemen, expend your time.
Yeah, I'll be streaming more than one.
Ooh, yes. So keep an eye open for that. I will be back, of course, like I say, on Friday with Colin and then Sunday for this. Throughout the week, I will be hopefully filming some more of the Canis Rex Imperial Knight. So fingers crossed, I'll have some content going up on that fairly soon. It's not a long, complicated paint job, so hopefully not. Excuse me. So stay tuned for that. But until then, take care of yourselves. I will try and at some point maybe do some more Skyrim and some more Fallout streams. I'll try and get around to it. It's just difficult at the minute, but we'll see. I still want to stream some Cyberpunk, but probably won't. But anyway, yes, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, of course, if you want to support the channels, you can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and become a patron, or you can click the join button underneath my videos. You can support this channel, keep it alive. I do this for a living, and I depend on my patrons and channel members and YouTube revenue and stuff to keep my, this business going. So please do consider liking, subscribing, becoming a patron, or clicking the button. Even if you're not a patron or anything like that, if you just watch the advert at the start of the video, that really helps me out. So thank you, and like and subscribe and all that. Don't forget the same for Colin, patreon.com/Festa6. I'll start that again. Jesus Christ. Patreon.com, I'm thinking of food. Patreon.com/Festa67's workshop. And of course, join button on his channel for the same thing. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome like these. Go be awesome. I'm doing that while I'm trying to find the button. And until next time, I shall say...
Adios, amigos.